Long way, get this shit a long way, this shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, 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 shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit, gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit, gotta know the shit don't really understand, man. Gotta know the shit don't really understand, man. Gotta get a mirror, shit don't understand, shit. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way, but I gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich, she don't understand, she's gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Told you tryna wrap up a entree. Yeah, told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a palm way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, just another talk. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. We gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the palm way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, 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 yeah, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
And hello, welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where debt slaves live. Now, there's two types, okay? There's unconscious debt slaves and conscious debt slaves. Unconscious debt slaves cannot see negative numbers psychologically. I'll give you an example. If you believe you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, I want you to open your calculator. I want you to put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. And as you're looking at the calculator, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You obviously can see them physically because you're looking at the calculator now. Now, what is the debt matrix? And I figured out a way to best describe the debt matrix to unconscious debt slaves, okay? Now, with the example of the calculator that I just gave you, here is where the debt matrix is, right? You're physically looking at the negative numbers. You're looking at them. But by the time it goes from the calculator to your brain, you believe you're a homeowner. Now, the space in between the calculator and your brain is the debt matrix. That's the debt matrix. What businesses are set up in the debt matrix? The central banks, all the financial institutions, Everybody there to sell you stuff, sell you insurance, sell you your future, sell you your retirement plan. They all live in the debt matrix, all because you guys cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You guys believe you buy real estate. You guys believe you own stuff without having any money, none. You can't buy nothing with no money. That's impossible. But when you're in the debt matrix, that's what you believe. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about you because I lived there up until the age of 40, from 18 years old, probably before I started legally working, probably at 15, 14, all the way up to the age 40. I lived in the debt matrix because I was a debt slave. Until one day, I started becoming conscious. Like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Now, nobody told me this. You know who woke me up? The banks. The banks woke me up, but that's a later story. But anyway, I did a search on Dave Ramsey. Not Dave Ramsey, excuse me. I did a search on about debt, popped up Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically says, take the arithmetic that we all learned in elementary school and apply it to your finances using these baby steps. And that's what I did. And now I'm free. Never knowing the whole time I was a slave. Like when I was in the debt matrix, debt slaves will make you believe wealth has something to do with your education, your what school you went to, how many years of college you have. All what I'm talking about has absolutely nothing to do with that. That's a trick. That's a total trick. That's all part of the program. That's a trick. But if you believed in your calculator, you would clearly see that. It's not, I mean, when I say trick, let me make sure I'm careful with my words. They're not tricking anybody. They're just taking advantage of those who cannot see negative numbers psychologically. That's all. That's it. And that's called business. If they're not doing anything illegal, that's called business. Excuse me. So those of you that are debt slaves and you don't know it, that's the worst kind of debt slave, the ones that don't know, hence unconscious. If you believe becoming wealthy has something to do with school, college education, you guys have no idea the financial advice that you guys are taking from other debt slaves just like you. They're all debt slaves, all of them. How you gonna sell somebody financial information when you got student loan debt older than your children? That makes absolutely no sense. Like if you hired a tax professional or some kind of financial advisor professional, you ask them, hey, do you have student loan debt? If they tell you yes, this is what you say to them. Explain that mathematically. Why do you have student loan debt for 20 years? You got to explain that. And you got to show me on paper. You can't just tell me why. I don't want to hear your excuses. I want to see it. I want to see it mathematically. Tell me how that makes sense. They're not going to have a reason. There is no excuse for it. And if they try to give you one, you get up and you leave their office ASAP. Now, today's topic is usually, it's usually a Q&A Sunday, but it had me thinking about yesterday's video with when NC Biggs came on, and we were talking about how jobs are going to be taken over by robots, which we all see happening now. It's happening today. Okay, this is not made up. It's true. They got robots at Walmart scrubbing the floors while at the same time scrubbing the floors, taking inventory of the shelves at the same time. And there was a worker there at the Walmart I went to, and I talked to him. I said, hey man, how long has this thing been here? I was like, that's amazing. This thing scrubs the floors. They was like, no, it does more than that. It takes the inventory. I mean, this thing got so many cameras on it. Who else know what else that thing does? We will never know. We don't know everything. They just tell the people the basics. But anyway, I was talking to one of the employees there. I was like, "Whoa, man, you guys worried about your job?" No, it's just doing the things that we just don't want to do it. I'm like, what? What do you mean the things that you don't want to? What are you talking about? And I thought to myself, if you don't believe that robot is taking on, hey, and at the Walmart by my house, there are no checkers inside the Walmart. None, zero. Do you see? They got, and don't get me wrong, okay? This is, and I know I'm rare even feeling like this, but when I go to a Walmart, I kind of get upset. You know why? Because they got me doing shit. I'm coming to their store, buying their shit, and they got me packing my own groceries. They just tell me now don't get me wrong, okay? It saves me time. It's like a love-hate thing, right? But I don't want, you know how much money they're saving by they don't have nobody calling in sick. Walmart got people checking out their own groceries. Can you imagine how much money they saving? This is true, right? Robots going to be taking over. So I thought to myself, okay, this is what I was thinking yesterday. Well, none of this would work without debt slaves. I want you guys to clearly understand something, unconscious debt slaves. None of this would work without you. None of this. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, if none of this works without debt slaves, if robots take over their job, that's going to be mass unemployment, and then they won't have no money to buy anything. That cannot happen. Who cares if the robots start making shit? If there's no humans there to buy it, who cares what the robots are making? So what? So this means debt slaves got to have some money. But what do you do if there's no jobs? And this is just purely my opinion, okay? I'm not saying that there's any facts on there. I'm just adding up the mathematical facts. That's all I'm telling you. So universal basic income, it has to be the answer. That has to be the answer. Because evolution is here. Robots are here. They're going to be doing more jobs than ever, much as they can. They're already working on, like, the whole economy is turning into a delivery service. They got automated cars doing the job. Domino's is already doing it. They won't even need drivers. What do you think Uber and Lyft are going to do? Because if you can deliver, check this out. If you can deliver stuff for companies, you can also deliver people. So I said, if there's no job, the wealthy cannot be wealthy without debt slaves. Because I'm thinking like this, put it this way. So you guys can understand the real world example. Imagine, what if unemployment was the UBI, universal basic income? If they gave you that now, let's just swap it now. Let's just pretend you had universal basic income, which is damn near the same thing as unemployment. Okay. See what you guys do? You guys don't even go to work. Jobs available everywhere, everywhere. Because you guys got this money coming in. So now this is giving the big companies, they're tired of begging you guys to come work for them. Guess what they're doing? They're building robots. So that shit will never happen again. They can't depend on debt slaves, but they need debt slaves to spend money on whatever product they're trying to deliver or sell or whatever. So what you guys are going to do is get adjusted to the universal basic income and then start spending money accordingly. Because debt slaves think, oh, that's free money and I don't have to work. You guys think it's a win-win. Don't have to work, just like, I'm telling you, just like unemployment, don't have to work and get more money than even working. It's going to be the same thing. So you guys get nice and comfortable with that, and then they really control your ass. I mean, debt slaves, they already control you now due to your own self. And I'm not, when I say they, I don't want you guys thinking that it's some big bad group that's just keeping you down. One second. I don't want you to think it's some big bad group keeping you down and this and that, and it's the wealthy doing you bad, and it's the high taxes. No, debt slaves, it's you. You are choosing not to trust your fucking calculator. It's you. I wish to God somebody would have said it to me like that when I was in the debt matrix. Hey, L, yeah, you know why you know why you're still living paycheck to paycheck, making $160,000 a year? Well, why? You, debt slave, you. Hey, LJ, have you ever heard the term, the more you make, the more they take? Well, yeah. Well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? You just accept it? Because if I were to really thought about it, if I would have really thought about it when the people in the fucking debt matrix used to say stupid statements like that, hey, you know, the more you make, the more they take. Well, yeah, that's true, but explain that shit. If that's the case, how come how can a multimillionaire be a multimillionaire if the more you make, the more they take? They wouldn't be making any money. So that's obviously wrong. I mean, not wrong, but there's obviously another way to pay your taxes. Yes, there is. Yes. The answer is yes. How come they always say, people in the debt matrix, how come the rich don't pay as much taxes as we do? Well, yeah. Okay. Why is that? If they make more than you and pay less in taxes, they're obviously not doing tax evasion. Because tax evasion is illegal. You go to prison for that. So if you hear of a company like Amazon making millions and millions of dollars but not paying any taxes, why do you think that is? Do you think they're doing it illegally? You don't think the IRS would notice if Amazon wasn't really paying taxes? Come on now, stop, debt slaves. UBI, Universal Basic Income. Because honestly, when I think about this shit, I don't know what I don't know what their plan is with you debt slaves. I have no idea. All I do know is this. It cannot work without debt slaves. We need you guys to keep financing shit. Financing shit that they make for pennies on the dollar, and you guys financing it for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The wealthy cannot be wealthy without you, debt slaves. So I have no idea what they're going to do with you guys. When robots start, you better believe they are in the background right now. Here they are. Businesses begging you to come work for them, begging you. I'll pay you extra. Come on. And then one day, right now, this like, fuck it, man. We're going to build some robots. The investment will be worth every single dollar, not to have to worry about a salary, sick people, vacation days, weekends off. Hey, my kid's sick. Somebody died in my family. They don't have to worry about none of that because robots don't give a fuck. They just work. It's so funny, man. When I be on YouTube, social media, debt slaves they're just doing shit like nothing's even happening right now. Nothing. Buying cars, financing cars and houses. I'm like, have you looked out the window? What the fuck are you doing buying a house when there's a worldwide pandemic going on? Are you insane? No, just a debt slave, just an unconscious debt slave doing things that make absolutely no mathematical sense. CENTS, none, zero. Perfect candidate for UBI. Debt slaves they love to believe they're getting money for free. They love it. Ooh, they use you debt slaves so bad. They just, man. You know, when I go out in public, I can hear you guys chains scraping the cement as you walk down the street. All your cars are scratched up from getting in and out of the car, your chains dragging in and out of your car, scrape marks all over the place in the cement, chain links broken off all in the street, puncturing tires. That's what I see with you debt slaves. Of course, it's all invisible to you, debt slaves. You guys can't see what I'm talking about. Of course, it's not physical what I'm talking about. You can't see your chains. If you could see them, you guys would know. You guys would know all the fakers, pretenders, all the people giving you financial advice on YouTube. You guys have no idea. Taking full advantage of you. And if you don't know what my gift is by now, I'm going to tell it to you. I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, something millions upon millions upon millions of people obviously cannot see. Obvious. That's my gift. Boy, I can only imagine how many of you out there that are crossing your fingers, hoping UBI comes here. Crossing your fingers. Ooh, we guaranteed money every single month. Sure is, debt slave. You want it? Hell yeah, you want it. You know why? You're going to think it's extra money. That's all you guys do. You guys think it's extra money. And guess what you're going to do? Finance more shit. That's what you guys do. Anytime more money comes in, the thought doesn't come across your mind to say, hey, maybe I should pay off some of my debt with this free money. No, you guys go, since you guys believe you have extra money, you guys go out and finance more shit. That's how it works, debt slaves. Let me make sure you guys understand something. SMD is the only channel that you will ever find out of all 36 million YouTube subscribers. SMD is the only one that can show you I can prove everything I'm saying. Prove it. I can prove my gift. Prove it. Go try to find another channel like this one. You can't. You can't. Good luck. Does it sound in my voice like I clearly love what I do? Clearly. I will die doing this. Everything, so you guys can clearly understand what I'm saying. Everything I produce, listen, every video that I make will be valid to the end of time. It won't matter what year you hear this video. It won't matter because it'll be the same. You know why it'll be the same? Because it must be that way. I don't want this economy to change. Just because you guys hear me talking about this shit, I don't want you to think I want it to change. I love it. The way they have this economy designed, it's a masterpiece. It's worth more than any painting on the market. You know how paintings sell for millions of dollars? Yeah, there is no comparison. It works like you debt slaves. And just think, imagine you guys get stuck on UBI, right? You guys get stuck on it, get hooked on, because you guys will, because you guys ain't got no money. And then you got student loans inside of some kind of student loan forgiveness program. You're never getting out, ever. If you're in some kind of student loan forgiveness program, let me tell you what that says. So you can clearly, because when you can't see negative numbers, you don't know what that says. When you go sign up for a program, you know what you're telling the government or whoever houses the program? I don't believe in myself that I could ever pay those student loan debts off. I don't believe. Why? Because if you agree to 10 to 25 years of payments, you clearly are making a statement that you don't believe in yourself. It doesn't matter the amount of student loan debt. This is what you're really saying. I don't believe in my life, whatever the student loan debt amount is, I don't believe I will ever make that much money in my lifetime. That's what you're saying. When you come across people like me, SMD family members, that's what you say to us. You don't listen, you don't know that you're saying it, but honestly, I feel bad for people in student loan forgiveness program. I feel bad for them. Because they don't know that they just told our economy that they're going to die a slave in it. Those are the same people that you guys follow and take financial advice. Those are the same people with the nice houses and cars and furniture and clothes and vacations. All the while, their student loan debt is in student loan forgiveness programs. You can't own anything. Listen, you cannot own anything outside yourself if you have student loan debt. You can't do that. You can't save on tax. Listen, if you're in debt, you cannot save money on taxes. You can't. That's why you debt slaves think taxes are bad. They're not bad. Taxes are the backbone of the economy. If they didn't force you guys to play, it wouldn't work. You guys already clearly expressed that you hate taxes. What if they said, hey, you know what? We're going to let you guys voluntarily pay your taxes now, okay? And we're going to fire all the IRS agents and we're going to let you voluntarily pay taxes. You guys think you'll pay your taxes? Fuck no, you wouldn't. But once you get out of debt and you can see negative numbers psychologically, you will clearly see the purpose of taxes, clearly. And you will clearly understand that you never cheat. Don't cheat. Why? Because you don't have to. IRS agents are not mean and evil and they're out to get you. No, they're the referees of the economy. No different than a fucking football game. You think you can go in a football game and start face masking people and just keep doing it and doing it? How long do you think you're going to be in the game? The same thing. IRS agents are the referees. They're there to make sure you follow the fucking rules. Now, you guys don't hear me curse that much in here, but when you hear me curse, I'm doing it so to get your attention, to show you the importance of the statement that I just made. Like, have you ever gone to some kind of tax person and they start, now you don't know nothing about taxes, okay? That's why you're going to another person. But then they start saying things like, hey, if you claim this up to this amount of money, you can get, they'll give you a bigger refund. And then you think to yourself, well, what you're saying is not true. I don't care if it's under a line or just below where they check. Is what you're saying true? If it's not true, you better stop using that tax person immediately, because they are telling you what they do on their own taxes. If you're paying them and they're telling you to do something that doesn't exist, that means they're doing it on their own taxes. You better stay away from people like that. Those are debt slaves. If you're a person, listen, if you're a person that looks forward to tax return season, you're a debt slave. You can't wait to get that tax money. You're a debt slave. That's money that you worked for. Why are you happy to get it at the end of the year? Wouldn't you rather have it during the year? They have tax sales. Come here with your tax return check and all. That's businesses be fishing. You guys might as well be in a barrel. And all the businesses have fishing poles in that barrel. Because if you're happy to get an income tax check and you're looking forward to it, that means you're a debt slave. What are you happy for? You worked for that money. Do you jump for joy when you get your paycheck? Like when you go get your check, do you jump for joy? Be like, oh my God, I got my pay. Yeah, you're happy to get your paycheck, but you're not going to go celebrate because you worked for it. It's the same thing. So you guys can understand, if you're new to the channel, when tax season comes, I want you to jump on social media and look how many debt slaves are looking forward, telling you what they're going to do with their tax return check and this and that and bloggity blah. They all do it. Those are debt slaves. Because there's nothing to be happy about. Perfect candidates for UBI. Perfect. They believe they're getting something that for free or something. I don't know. I don't know what the people do. Hey, I could clearly see what they're doing to you guys. It's clear. Okay, let me make sure. I clearly see what you guys are doing to yourself with their assistance. Mm. Okay, so let me think. Let's get back to the UBI thing. Let me see. All right, robots, they're going to build more and more robots so they don't have to, employers don't have to be in this situation for begging you debt slaves to come work for them. And the only reason why they had to beg because of unemployment, but since unemployment is cut off, you guys have to go back to work. You have to because you have no money. So jobs, all those available jobs are going to be taken up really, really quick. So if you don't got a job right now, I strongly suggest you go get one now because there's going to be none available. Give it about another month or two with no more unemployment money. Slaves are going to take what they can get. And then gone will be all the employers' bonuses. Please work for us. Now they will have their choice. Because all of you guys would be begging for jobs, begging, taking any wage. Gone are the days, oh man, that's not a living wage. We can't make, well, you're going to work there anyway because you have no money. Now they're ahead of the curve right now. When they get you guys back to work, they're going to be, hey, they're still designing robots in the background because they can't have that happen again. Cannot. And the majority of you guys are working from home now. You think they're like during this pandemic, they put most of you guys at home to work from home, right? Which you guys love. I mean, they just know how to lay it. They just know how to do it. It's just amazing. Now that you're at home, now you'll work more hours for free now. Way more hours. You think they're going to reverse that and say, hey, you guys all come back to the building. They realize they don't even need a building no more. They don't need a building. They don't need to rent whatever they're doing on some prime real estate somewhere. They can just close that shit down. Just a small little office with a handful of IT people in it. That's it. You guys at home using your own water, electricity, everything. That's a win-win. And now, since it's at home and over the internet, they can damn near hire anybody in the world now. They can. I mean, I don't know all the rules, but they can hire somebody and pay them pennies, a quarter of what they're paying you. Debt slaves, you guys are with no skills, man. You guys are in trouble if you don't wake the fuck up. When I picture this, man, it seems to get, hey, but then I always come back. Listen, I always got to come back. None of this would work without debt slaves. So you guys have to be doing that. The only thing I can say is the UBI, you'll be given the money that they give you, they got from you in the first place. You guys will be giving it to them right back. You guys will be since you guys will be at home, you guys will be working more hours for free. They're going to be paying you for 40 hours, but guess what? You're still going to be working on weekends and all holidays. You guys are still going to do it. Gone are the days of Sundays off. You remember when the mailman and all these places would be closed on Sundays? Those days are done. The only people that can do that is Chick-fil-A because they're rich. I guarantee you, in this new economy, guess what? Chick-fil-A will be the only people in the whole United States of America not working on Sundays. Believe that. And you're probably thinking, well, how can Chick-fil-A do that? Do Chick-fil-A look like the other fast food restaurants when you go there? What kind of customer service do you get? You think it's just their food? I don't know how I got on that, but I'm just trying to point out something. I'm just trying to show you guys something. I don't really eat a lot of fast food, but when I go to Chick-fil-A, I get superior service. Superior. You see even the people working there. I mean, you just see it, right? And then you go to some of these other fast food places. I mean, you look at some of the people working in there, their attitudes. Nah, you can't do that. Not at Chick-fil-A, you don't. I guarantee that doesn't happen. I guarantee you, none of the employees at Chick-fil-A are sagging. Guaranteed, they're not sagging. Guarantee you, none of the employees there are talking to you like they can't open their fucking mouth and speak. Crazy, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know what they're gonna do with you debt slaves. I just can't figure it out. Robots taking over. Well, robots are coming and they're already here. Pretty soon they're gonna be driverless cars, so they won't need you guys delivering people no more. Like if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, I hope you listening. Your job, I mean, it's still a while ways out, but it's coming. Okay, it's coming. All those people doing that, making a living on that right now. Domino's is delivering pizzas with no driver. Elon Musk got people driving down the street, falling asleep in the driver's seat because the car drives itself. Did you know, LJ, that the Biden administration is proposing that the IRS monitor bank accounts with $600? Yeah, who cares? I saw this this ad, people were talking about it. I'm like, why are you guys talking about this? I don't get it. Of course they're monitoring everything all the time. What you think $600 is? If you're panicking, listen, if you are panicking about this ruling by the Biden administration, it's because you're not following the fucking rules. That's why you're worried about it. Who cares? In my mind, they monitor everything. Okay, I don't think that there's something that they can't see or whatever. Why is that? Okay, let me just point this out to you, debt slaves, so you can understand. When you are born, you are issued a participation number. It's called the SSI, Social Security number. When you're born, it's you. They just don't stamp it on you. It'd probably be good to stamp it on your forehead, but that's illegal. You can't do that. So they issue this number. That's your participation number. And everything you do, you're doing it. Why? If you're cheating on your taxes, why are you doing that? Money. You figure like if you cheat on your taxes, you're going to get more money in return, right? That's the only reason why you would do it, for money. They know that. You don't know that because you guys are unconscious debt slaves. You don't know money doesn't exist for you. If you stop cheating on your taxes, you won't worry about announcements like that. Who cares? I mean, this made big news too. Everybody was like, "Hey, they're monitoring." So what? So if you check this out, if you believe that they wasn't doing it before the announcements, you're an unconscious slave. That's why you believe that. What's up, Andre? Cupcake, Snuggles. Yeah, they don't have to pay your hospital bills. They don't have to pay your insurance, make you guys 1099, man. They don't have to pay nothing. And there's going to be plenty of you. You guys will love, this is what you guys debt slaves, and this is just my opinion. First of all, you guys will love to be able to work from home and don't have to deal with everyday traffic anymore. That's like a win-win, right? And then you'll conjure up in your head that it's okay to work more hours. Because while you're at home, they're going to work you guys even more hours. And you're going to justify it because you don't have to drive anywhere. But you guys are not going to give up your cars. You're still going to have cars and cars payments. You're still going to do it. And barely even leave the house in it. UBI doesn't mean not working. It means work. Yeah, it means, I don't know. Exactly. Exceptional service. Like when I go to Chick-fil-A, when I'm on the monitor, I can clearly hear this person speaking to me. They're speaking clearly. Hey, how would you like, I've never went there and heard a person, because everybody has bad days, okay? It just happens, but they don't let it go through to the work. right? You go to some places and you clearly see somebody's having a bad day. I remember one time I went to McDonald's, man, there was something going on, right? And it was a long, long wait. So when we got up to the thing to get the food, some girl employee came out. Oh, fuck that. Oh man, I can't believe. No, you think that'll happen at Chick-fil-A? That wouldn't happen at Chick-fil-A. Now you see a pissed off employee. You're like, what is this? What area in the restaurant is this pissed off employee working? Burgers? What food? Because they're going to be pissed. So they might just be mad and do something I just don't want that. I don't want to think about shit like that because they're having a bad day. They're going to do something bad to the food. Has the best service, lots of young people that are happy and enthusiastic. For sure they do. Because again, I'm not a big fan of fast food, but everybody was always talking about Chick-fil-A. So I was like, okay, let me just go here and see what the hell they're talking about. And first thing I thought was the food, right? I mean, the food is good. Don't get me wrong. But I thought they go there because the food is, I keep saying the same thing, but it's more about the customer service. Okay. I was more impressed with the customer service. You better believe if I had some money, I would buy a Chick-fil-A for sure. That place right there. Every time you drive by, it's packed. Don't make me get up and go get in that long ass line. Right? You know, if you're smart and you like Chick-fil-A, and you go there, get the app. So when you go, you just order your stuff. If you like 15, 20 minutes out, you order, you pull up, they bring the shit out, you done. You forget those lines, man. I'm not doing that. I don't do those lines. I don't go there often, but I am not. Put it this way. When you own the time in your life, you think very different. When you're not a debt slave, you know you own the time in your life. And to sit in a line for food that I know is not healthy for me. Okay. Not saying Chick-fil-A's food is bad. I'm just saying too much of fast food is bad for you. The thought of sitting in a line for 30 minutes to get some food? No, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. Permanent underclass. Yeah. Listen how bad that sounds. Permanent underclass. You PCA, Andre. Slaves don't have money. They know they don't. They sure don't. Aliens don't work. They own the aliens don't work. They own the, I'm not sure what that character is. They own the something. Let me put this still a Q&A. So I want to hear your thoughts about. There's the link if you want to chat with me about anything. Andre, I didn't know there could be two suns out at the same time. Wayman says they're already looking at our info. They don't need permission to look at anything. Sure don't. If they control water and food, the last thing they need is a person telling them what they can look at. Exactly. If you guys understand this, it just is. That's just. If you want to participate in the economy of the United States, you got to clearly understand that the IRS has access to everything. How else you think they're going to catch cheaters? You guys, honestly, debt slaves, you guys telling yourself, you know why? Because you can't see negative numbers. You guys are helpless. And you don't even know it. Don't even know it. Totally helpless. I said this yesterday, okay? If they required every single IRS agent to be personally debt-free, you guys don't have a chance. Don't have a chance. You don't have to know. I keep telling you guys this too. You don't have to know about taxes. This is all you have to do. I mean, I say it all, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. If you find a tax professional who is personally debt free, you need to hire that person. And if you find that person, please contact me. I want to know that person. But if you find that person, you tell them, you say, hey, LJ said, talk to you because you will see the tax system very differently than other people who are in debt that see the tax system. First, they probably look at you and say, who told you that? Who said that? You're going to say LJ from SMD. Where's his channel? Can you send me the link to his channel? And check this out. And if you build a team, say like you create a business and you build a team of people in areas that you need regarding your business, and they're debt free personally, do you know what kind of team you would have? You don't even understand what kind of team you would have. If you had a tax person, a business tax person who's debt free, an accountant who is debt free personally, your team would be unstoppable. Chick-fil-A on Sunday. Yeah, they close on. I was looking at that when I was looking at Chick-fil-A and being closed on Sunday. I said to myself, you know why they close on Sunday? That to me, that makes a statement. Now, I know they said it's due to religious reasons, which it probably is. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying business-wise, and you take out religion because religion has nothing to do with mathematics or business, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with it, right? I believe it makes a statement. It's saying we're making so much money, we can be closed on Sundays. I don't care what Amazon's doing. I don't care what anybody else is doing. We are doing this. That makes a statement. Pretty much the Justice League of Finance. If you had say like this, say like you opened a finance something firm. If you only hired people who are debt free personally, do you know what kind of financial firm you would have? You guys could write your own ticket. Charge whatever you charge because you know whatever service you provide for them is going to last them their entire life. They will no longer fall for the trick of financial retirement plans. It's like, okay, this is all right. This is hilarious. It makes this is like a red flag, but debt slaves, you guys can't see this, right? Say like you've been at a job for 10 years and you've been contributing to your retirement plan. Every month, they send you statements of, hey, this is what your money is going to be at in 20 years, 10 years, whatever, right? So you're looking at these, some of you that even look at the statements, okay? I'm talking to the ones that actually look at them. So you're seeing this money grow and grow and grow and you're at this job 15 years, you keep going and growing. And then all of a sudden the stock market does some kind of backflip and then all of a sudden your money disappears. Oh man, your 401k is going down. You got to stop and think, well, wait a minute. Hold up. If my money's disappearing due to the stock market, so all those statements that I was seeing about my retirement is what? That's a trick. That's a trick. That means the money wasn't yours. If it disappears in the stock market, that doesn't make. Say like this. Say like instead of contributing to your retirement plan, say like you took the same amount of money and just put it in a savings account. Every single month, you just put it in a savings account. Now, of course, you're thinking, oh, it only 1% interest and this and that, and it's not doing whatever. Ignore all that for a second. And you take the same amount of money, and then all of a sudden, 10, 15 years later, the stock market does a backflip or does something because of something. Do you think it would affect your savings account? No. You know why? Because that's your money. That's why. It wouldn't matter what the stock market's doing because it's your money. But since it's not your money, that's why it does those things. That makes sense to you? You're coasting along. You see $200,000-$300,000 in your retirement, and then one year the stock market does bad, and then now you got half that. Well, wait a minute. Does that mean all the previous statements were lies? Yes, those are tricks. Do to yourself, not do to any company. The company didn't do anything to you. Hell, the fucking stock market didn't do anything to you. You did it to yourself. Why? Because you can't see negative numbers. Andre says LJ is going to destroy the game. They won't see him coming. Right, Andre? Do you see it, Andre? I see it. And you know the lovely thing I like about this, Andre and S&B family members? They can't even see me. They can't hear me. Now, if I know you're new to the channel, I know you hear my voice. But you can't hear what I'm saying because you're in debt. Debt slaves don't understand what I'm saying. You can't hear me. Why? Because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. Can you? And you got to be. And let me say this to you, debt slaves. Your mind have to be to understand. I'm just all over the place. Your mind will have to be really, really strong to understand what I'm trying to say to you. Because if you were to wake up now, say like you're at home right now listening to my voice on your nice computer through your $300-$400 headsets, and then you really accept that if you have a mortgage, you don't own the house that you're sitting in right now. The house is not even yours. You know how big of a red pill that must be to swallow that? You've probably been in that house 10, 15 years, refinanced it a couple times, the whole time believing it's yours, and then you take the red pill and realize that house is not yours. All the money that you put into it, gone forever. It's gone forever. Remodeling the downstairs or redoing some lighting, putting up a camera, whatever you're doing, all gone. That's a big red pill to swallow. The majority of you guys wouldn't be able to handle that. You'll start thinking about all the hours you put in and all the time you wasted. Yeah, that's all true. That's all true, because you could still change it. It's not over. Because instead of being upset about it, be happy that you woke up and come on the right side, the correct side of the economy. Wayman says, that's what I was going to say. It's effective marketing to be closed on Sundays, irrespective of the actual reasons. Yeah, exactly. They make themselves stand out by being able to afford to close their doors. Exactly. You know what kind of statement that makes in today's economy, where like Saturdays and Sundays being off, those are gone forever. Like, have you noticed, like, remember when the USPS office, they didn't deliver on Sundays? They do now. Have you noticed that? They work 7 days a week. Sundays is no exception anymore. You know what Chick-fil-A says? It is for us. You know, and people are probably driving by, oh my God, Chick-fil-A is missing all that money on Sundays. That's what you think. That's what you think. They're not missing a dime. They're making a statement. Money doesn't, this is how I look at Chick-fil-A. They're making a statement like this. Money doesn't control us. We got plenty of money, and by being closed on Sundays, regardless of the religious reason, we're telling you money doesn't control us. That's why we're closed on Sundays, period. And I'm sure if you buy a Chick-fil-A, you have to adhere to those rules for sure. If I ever make enough money to buy one, I already know why I'm buying it. He says 77 says stocks is ownership of a company that's actually worth the cash. Slaves couldn't see that though. The stock market doesn't exist for slaves, dead slaves. Okay. Because they have no money. This is what the real picture is. Okay. So you guys can, especially SMD family members. All right. So you guys can see what the stock market really is. The stock market doesn't exist for dead slaves. They have no money. So where is their money coming from that they're investing into the stock market? From the bank. They're indirectly investing in the stock market for the banks because they have no money. So not only are they getting charged interest on the money that they've borrowed, they're going to invest and they're going to be making payments. It's just crazy, man, how they do it. The stock market doesn't exist. It exists for people that know the stock market is the damn near the same as cryptocurrency. The stock market's regulated, cryptocurrency is not. So money's easier to be made in cryptocurrency for people that understand. If you want to make some fast money, that's all you got to do. Just watch, invest in cryptocurrency and then watch what the slaves do. Stock is ownership of companies better than cash. Space Ghost like me, yeah. Cash out refinance instead of paying it down. Sure will. That's all they do because they believe the equity in the house. You guys, listen, debt slaves, this is what you guys do. You guys all run the same program. Okay. You don't know it's a program. You finance a house and for some reason you believe you instantly own the equity in the house that you didn't even have the money to buy in the first place for some reason. And then when the housing values go up, you think it's for you. That's not your house. Who cares how much the house goes up in value? It's not yours. But since you guys believe it, that's why the banks reach out to you and say, hey, you have equity in your house. Why don't you refinance the house and pay off the cars and the credit cards? You know what they're really saying? How about you borrow some more money from us and give it right back to us since we own the cars and the credit cards? You guys give it right back to them at an interest rate. Creating money out of thin air. Credit is not money. That's like cryptocurrency. It's like regulated cryptocurrency. Credit's not money. That's credit. And the whole time you're thinking it's your house and you think, oh man, but if I sell and then I'll make a profit. No, you won't, slave, because you didn't have, how you gonna make a profit on something you didn't have the money to buy? You can't do that, dead slaves. They do you guys so, man, they do you so dirty. Equity on a house you don't own. Illusions are real, straight real. The great questions are the great question always will be, do you own? You do. Do you own? You do. Yeah. Your home, your own time, for sure. Sal says, if Jewish people are the owners of Chick-fil-A, they are probably #1 debt free. I want, now that I'm out of the debt matrix, this is what I want to explain to you guys so you guys don't fall for this trick either, right? Every time in the debt matrix, they always try to say Jewish people are the richest and the smartest and they just do. This is what I want you guys to understand. It's not that they're Jewish. I guarantee you it's just Jewish people trust mathematics when it comes to money. It just makes sense. Why would they not? If they took a survey and say which ethnicity trusts math the most, you guys will be surprised. So now when I hear about Jewish people doing this, I just say they trust mathematics. That's all I say. It has nothing to do with them being Jewish. But I guarantee you this is a tradition, what they pass down in their family. Hey, yeah, son, daughter, yeah, always trust math when it comes to your money, period. Don't finance depreciating objects, period. That's it. And they just do it. That's it. It's not because they're Jewish. They just know. They pass it down to the family. When they have kids, grandkids, hey, family, yeah, this is how it works. And they just grow up with this in their brains. It's an automatic thing. No different than being trained to use the bathroom when you're a baby. Once you learn how to use the bathroom, you don't need no assistance anymore. Same thing. It's automatic. Assets allow aliens to acquire the time of debt slaves. Sure do. You know how many definitions of assets debt slaves have? You guys have so many definitions of assets. Only have one. It's an asset to the owner. That's it. That's all you definition of asset. This is all you need to know. Is the owner. Whoever owns it, it's an asset to them. They are that's the asset. That's it. Period. You can't have a mortgage and say your house is an asset. If it was your asset, you wouldn't have a mortgage. Do you understand the difference? Why would you think you're the same as a homeowner? It's like, say it's like somebody paid cash for a house. They can call themselves a homeowner, but you go get a 30-year mortgage. You think you're the same homeowner as a person who paid cash? No, you're not. Not even close. Savings accounts are great for storing an emergency fund. That's about it. Debt slaves need to take advantage of that, but not worship the savings account. Well, you guys got to understand something too. That's a trick too. Debt slaves don't have no money. So whatever money is that is in the savings account, it's not there. The reason why banks push that, because they can lend out that money. They just make money out of thin air. Debt slaves really believe that banks have pallet boards of dollars, and why? They don't need them. You guys don't have no money. Why would they need that much money on pallet boards inside of a safe? Make money no matter if the market is up or down if you're a trader. What's up, Audrey? Hello, welcome. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Welcome to the channel. Correct, LJ. It is found in the lost property chapters of the Talmud. See, I got to look this stuff up. Now I got to look up what I'm sure I'm not even pronouncing that right. Talmud. Tesla stock is going to be worth so much once that robot they're making actually enters the market. I'm about to start putting up money in Tesla stock. Yeah. Man, if I could sit down with Elon Musk and say, hey, Elon, I'm not here because of your money. I'm not here because I just want to be seen. I don't want to be here, take Instagram photos with you. I don't want to do all that. Say, tell everybody I was with you and look, I'm with you. I just want to talk to you. What are you saying, man? Why is it such a rush for you to get to Mars? Why are you pushing that so hard? Oh, we're just doing it to make we're going to do so people can take trips to space. Nah, debt slaves are making car payments. That ain't it. They will never be able to afford a trip to outer space. So what are you really doing it for? They got student loans and forbearance. You talking about outer space trips? They'll never be able to afford that. So why such the rush? Sit down and talk with Elon, man, that would be absolutely hands down amazing. I'd be like, okay, Elon, check this out. I just discovered my gift. Okay, what else am I missing? All right, I got the main gift to first own myself. Okay, Elon, I own myself now. I have a gift, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. Okay. Add your piece of the puzzle in my mix here. Add it, please. I beg of you. I need to know now. My son heard you talking about Chick-fil-A and asked if I was going to start a franchise. He works at Tesla here in the Bay Area and in college. No debt. Congratulations, man. It'd be smart to get into that Chick-fil-A franchise. Honestly, man, it's just that's the different level, man. It's just a different. I remember before because I lived in Seattle, so Chick-fil-A didn't come up there till late. Okay. And again, I'm not a fast food person, so I wasn't happy when Chick-fil-A was coming up there. Woo, Chick-fil-A, they made a big fucking deal about it, right? Ooh, Chick-fil-A is in town. They're finally building. I'm like, okay, what is that? A fine restaurant? No, it's a fast food chicken place. Oh, okay, whatever, right? So I'm driving down the street, and there's a car line that goes out into the street and around the block. And I'm like, what the hell? For a chicken sandwich? I'm not waiting in no line for no fast food. I don't care who built. But then I finally, okay, the line was down after it calmed down. I said, okay, let me go in here and just try it. But I was amazed by the service. I was absolutely amazed by the service. Even during this pandemic, do you see how Chick-fil-A handled their business during this pandemic? They still had 3 open lines, people out there with tablets and laptops, taking credit cards, their credit card remotely, by the way, I mean, it was fast. It was damn near as fast as how, Costco, you put your credit card in Costco, that shit is fast. Chick-fil-A was just, I mean, people out there taking orders, your order, man. Congratulations, Chick-fil-A. I don't know who's running, who came along and said, hey, this is how it's going to be, but congratulations to you. Service. And you go from Chick-fil-A to some other fast food place, and they got these kids in here just with attitudes, barely want to speak. You're like, hey, what'd you say? Hey, yeah, it was your past. Can you open your mouth so I can understand you? If you have that attitude, you got to have the same attitude cooking my food. No, I ain't coming here no more. Sorry, ain't doing none of that. He wants to colonize Mars. Mineral rights alone are only billionaires will be able to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had their lemonade. I never had that. Yeah, Andre, I was looking at that show, and I'm going to check it out because I've been seeing commercials for it. I'm going to check that out. The acting's not horrible, is it? I can't watch a show with horrible acting. That just bugs me. I'm sure Elon some kind of deal with I'm not sure who that is, what that name is. I put it this way, you guys. I don't really try to think I will be able to understand what multi-billionaires do, right? To me, that's just insanity to try to think you could figure out what they're making multi-billions of dollars and you're making car payments. Whatever they're doing is none of your business. Of course they have influence. They have billions of dollars. Okay. Of course. You guys think that wealthy people don't have that. Yeah, they do. They have money. It just is what it is. Chick-fil-A was ready for the pandemic. They sure were. They sure were. Ready. Let you know, no matter, listen, what they did, you could clearly see it. They said, this is what they said to themselves. There is the expense is worth it. There is no limit. You make this, their experience just like it was regular. What do we have to do? They built coverings. They hired more people. They got the latest technology that they got that shit there fast. You roll up, hey, can I take your order? Take it right there on the computer screen. And you drive on through. Done. You see how long, when I drive by places, do you see how long these lines are at these fast food places? Ridiculous. I'm like, there is no way I'm going to pull into a fast food place and wait in line. Not only should I be going there to buy the food because of my health, to stay healthy or whatever. Not all the time. I'm saying I still go there sometimes, but not all the time. But I refuse to wait in a line for food that I don't need to be buying. Absolutely refuse. Right. See, you know what? That's what I think about. Okay, that's what I think about. I'm sure Elon was offered a once in a millennium deal like Columbus. Yeah, Elon Musk kid set. And I'm not saying set because he's a billionaire. I'm talking about the knowledge transfer. You better believe he's going to transfer all his knowledge to his children. Of course he is. Their kids, his kids or kid or whatever, will never know about the 40-hour work week, being in debt, making car payments, having student loan payments your entire life, financing houses for 30 years. Their kids will never know that. Now, the majority of the debt slaves will think, oh, they don't have to because their dad's a billionaire. Well, yeah, that's true. But the transfer of knowledge is more important than the money. I guarantee you, billionaires know money doesn't exist for you debt slaves. Doesn't even exist. Shout out to you too, Zeke. Musk's name is dynastic. I tell you what, man. People like the big people that you see now, they're lucky I didn't discover my gift in my 20s. They're lucky. Now, I understand that you become awakened at a particular time for a reason, all that stuff. I understand that. I'm just saying the world is lucky that I didn't wake up in my 20s. This is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That is a superpower. That I have a fucking financial superpower. You can't even put a price on the knowledge I know. You can't even put a price on it. Like sometimes when people reach out and say, hey, LJ, how much is your consultation? And then I'll tell them the price. They're like, ooh, that's a lot. To who? You? I think it's a deal. That's why when you guys get out here and you start your own shit and you know what you have, you better make sure your prices reflect that. I don't care about the people that can't afford to buy. That's their problem, not your problem. Ain't nobody comparable to me that I can see. No, that's ego. Now, let me take that back. There's very few people. I can't let my ego take over my superpower. That's a problem. I will never allow that to happen. Shout out to NYC for a $4.99 super chat. Hey, Uncle LJ, like the Dunkin' Donuts in Boston having an all-computer ordering system. Wow, Elon is acting out the Asylum movie. Yes, he is. Now, when you guys see this stuff coming, like robots and stuff, let me make sure it's clear. That's called evolution. Okay, that just happens. Now, a lot of people, what are you going to think? We're going to stay stagnant for that would be no. Will AI be used for bad? Yes. That's just what humans do. Everything we have, we can use it for bad. The internet, wow, it's a huge discovery, but you can use it for bad. Yes, that's true. But anything in this system, especially financial, if you're doing something that can cost you the time in your life, you're a debt slave. That's what you are. You're a debt slave. Here, let me give you an example, especially for you young dudes. If you're out there selling illegal drugs that you know can cost you the time in your life, you are a debt slave because you're willing to lose the time in your life for what? Money. Worthless pieces of paper. Can you imagine? Imagine this. Say like you went to go sell $100 worth of drugs and you sold it to an undercover officer. Say like you were selling one of the hard ones, cocaine or heroin or something, whatever, right? Or fentanyl or something stupid crazy, $100 worth, and you get caught. What if you get 5 years in prison? Right? You did $100 deal, and then you look up how much they make $100 bill for. And when you go and see it, and it's worth 14 cents, they make $100 bill for 14 cents. So say like you was going to do a deal for $100, you sold to an undercover officer, you get caught, and you go to prison. And then you find out how much they make $100 for. It's 14 cents. Now you lost 5, 6, 7 years of your life for 14 cents. Now you're stamped as a felon forever for 14 cents. Probation, paying probation. Now you got to come out. Somebody got to watch over you, monitor you for 14 cents. Now you go try to get a job. Sorry, we don't hire felons for 14 cents. Now I'm telling you this because I was young once. I'm telling you this because I wish somebody would have said something like that to me back then. Hey, you know what you're risking? What? What am I risking? The time in your fucking life. What are you talking about? The government, the laws clearly say if we catch you doing this, we're going to take this from you. Not only are we going to take the time of your life, we're going to make you pay restitution for breaking the laws. Take the time of your life and a fine. Burying you. Pretty much guaranteeing a lifetime of slavery. Because I was watching this show the other day, and it's some kind of my girl. She watches this life after lockup show. Right. This guy, gets out of prison, and what he was doing was he was breaking into pharmacies, stealing medicine, stealing like the hard shit, and selling it. Like you have no idea. They're gonna bury you for doing that shit. Anyway, he got caught. And he just got out, right, for doing who knows how many years, right? But then in the show, he said he had $163,000 in restitution. Did you hear what I said? $163,000 in restitution as a felon. You will never be able to pay that money back. You got to, I'm not going to say never because you get out here and create something. It's still not too late to create. But if you just accept and that's just what it is, can you imagine what kind of job you're going to get as a felon to earn enough money to pay back $163,000 in restitution, or you're going to be owned until you're dead for 14 cents? Not according to the guy, but I'm just saying in general. For money. There is no way in hell I would ever risk the time of my life for money, ever. Longer than that. Longer than that. I know, 14 cents. US will have first mover advantage on Mars. Possession is 9/10 of the law. The Vatican controlled the last expansion and colonization. I wonder which institution will be in charge at this time. Well, unfortunately, Andre, you and I will never know. We'll never know. We will never know who does what. And Elon knows he won't even know. He's like, I'm sure he's thinking like the person, the man who plants the tree. He will never feel the shade of that tree because he'll be dead by that time. So he's just planting the seed. Elon's name will live forever. Money over time. And I hope you young people are listening to this. You guys get out there and sell these illegal drugs. I want you guys to understand the rules. All right. There's rules to the game when you're born here in the US. The government and the federal, whatever, they can sell their drugs because they said so. You can't sell yours here. They can sell theirs, and they can sell theirs, and you can't sell theirs without their permission. That's how it is. That's how it works. That's clear. Isn't that clear to you? That's clear to me. And they say, if you do, we're going to take away the time in your life for it and make you pay for it with penalties, with restitution. That's what they say. Now, imagine if you got caught with $100 worth of trying to sell illegal drugs for 14 cents. Your whole life changed, especially when you're young. It's like you get caught up when you're in your 20s. Before you get caught, you have a straight path to whatever your gift is with being born here on earth, whatever that is, right? But when you come here, be born, and you clearly see that there's rules and there's people that are here that put these rules in place, you think you're just going to be born and change them? No, you can't do that. You're brand new to earth. You think everything's going to change because you were born? No. Mm-mm. Now you still have a path to your gift, but it's got detours and trap doors. All of it along your path, it always has trap doors, but it's up to you. It's the choices that you make that will change it. The trap doors don't open if you don't make the wrong choice. It just stays closed and you have a straight path to your gift. But if you make the wrong choices, like for example, you want to make some quick money and you decide to go sell $100 worth of drugs and you get caught, that's it. You just fell through a trap door. Now you're on a different path. And it's usually not straight. Walnut trees take 75 years to bear fruit. Think long range past your lifetime. Yeah. What's up, Lessons Burn? What's going on?
Salute.
What's happening?
Not a lot. Woke up from a little nap, man. I wanted to catch you today since I missed it yesterday, and saw something on social media. The first thing I thought about was you.
Okay, let's hear it.
I got this. I mean, he's not really a friend, but I know him. Pretty cool with him. I just got a job selling cars, and he was advertising. It said, come make a down payment, get a car, make a down payment, whatever, and get $100 rebate. Get $100 cash. Who doesn't like cash? I'm sitting here thinking, why not put the $100 towards the next car payment? Oh man!
Because that's the bait on the hook. That's the bait.
Yeah, right. I was like, wow, this was crazy. It's so easy.
It don't make no sense what it just said. Come get $100 rebate. Come spend some money. Come put a down payment,
right?
And then get $100 back for doing it. It don't make any sense.
I was just rolling, man. I was just sitting here laughing.
Ain't that funny? You see how they do them? It's so horrible. Right. It's bad.
Yeah, it is insulting, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that is hilarious, man. Wow. They just put that. I mean, just imagine putting a worm on a hook. They just put the $100 on the hook.
Man.
That is.
Well, I had a friend yesterday I was talking to, and I'll try to get him to take some of that stuff more serious, but I don't know. He, in the middle of our conversation, he was like, "Yeah, we got a lot of young people out here signing their lives away, like some of our friends and stuff, because they got like, $30,000 cars. They got like $80,000. Well, not, I don't know about 80. I would probably say about $50,000 houses and stuff that they have mortgages and car notes and stuff too. And they're like 22, 23 years old. And I couldn't believe that he could see through it, because it's like, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of liabilities and stuff like that, but he doesn't do some of the things I try to tell him to do. Like, we could make this, that, and the third happen. Yeah, everybody got their own way of doing things, though. But
well, I mean, it has to be that way. It has to be that way. Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come over to the other side slowly. But
listen to your voice. The sound of your voice sound like, but he ain't.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've lost a lot of hope in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Uh, that's why that's what drove me to YouTube. You know what I mean? Because I like,
Mm,
talking to people from all over the world. You get a lot different
right,
perspective.
right. That's why I chose YouTube, because YouTube is the biggest platform, man, and everybody can get to it, no barriers, and that's why I chose YouTube.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to touch on the Evergrande thing. Did you check that out?
I was kind of looking at it. I had to really understand what Evergrande was, so I can
Yeah.
understand what they're talking about. But from what I read, they're the second real estate investor, the second largest in China.
Yeah. So we have like BlackRock in America, called BlackRock. And they pretty much are like real estate developers. They
Hmm.
buy ran down real estate and renovate it and things like that. They get sweetheart deals and stuff because they're connected to the government in a way, and the government pretty much will bail them out for the most part if they ever needed it. But Evergrande, I don't know. I guess it's just I didn't come to my attention till like a couple of weeks ago, and I guess they have. We'll put it to you like this. I think AT&T and T and Verizon are the two largest companies in debt, and that's like that theirs is around 77 billion and like 80 billion. And Evergrande's debt is 300 billion, and this
Of
is the
business,
first
of
year.
business debt. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and well, the only thing about it is that there's a lot of people's money that's invested in it.
Right.
I mean, you could put your their stock has dropped like 80% over the last year.
No, I get it. I
And
get it.
yeah,
Okay. They're big. Okay.
right. But yeah, there's a bunch of people that were like, I don't know, they've been at their headquarters for like I think all week, protesting, like threatening to kill themselves and stuff. They don't get their money. I'm just like, man, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Sort of like
yeah,
Enron, like Enron.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Mm.
and I mean, actually, what they're going around and doing is they're going around and tearing down the things that the people are invested in. People have invested in some of this stuff, and they don't have Evergrande isn't making enough money to continue building what they promised they were going to build. So think about it like you give them a portion of money, and they're like, okay, we're going to take some of this money and then we're going to build this hotel up, right? And then they just get halfway done with the construction of the hotel, then they run out of capital, and then
Mm. Mm.
they literally are tearing their things down. The things that what I mean. So it's literally people are literally watching the money that they put into something get torn down
Mm.
because it's cheaper to tear it down than to
You
finish it.
talking about physically tore down?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it's a little bit different in China than here because China they do all of their stuff in house, right? Like,
Because it's communist, right?
well, I mean, yeah, all the government owns all that stuff. I mean,
Right.
you can invest in it, but you can't really own property there.
Right. Right.
But I mean, even as far as construction and things go, right?
Mm.
Like most places, you're gonna have to outsource. If you're in America, you're gonna have to outsource from
Mm-hmm.
other countries because it's gonna be so much more expensive. Like I had a family member who makes like presses and dies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a big metal press and it makes like plastic parts and things like that. Like somebody wanted to order like a shield or something made out of plastic. The taxes were so high to get it done here. There's companies in here that can do it, but the taxes are so high that it's cheaper for them to outsource and go to China.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So China over there, they have no problem tearing shit down because they produce all their cement, they produce all their rebar, they produce all of that stuff themselves.
Mm.
So for them, it's just I mean they have cities over there that are nobody even lives in yet. Kind of
Mm.
crazy over there, but the fact of the matter is the only reason I bring it up is
Mm.
because there's China and places like Evergrande have been buying U.S. bonds and Australian bonds and UK bonds, and bonds are basically promises to pay, right? So they've been buying them, and if they default, then they're gonna they're gonna get rid of those bonds. Those bonds never come to fruition. So
Mm.
you see what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's like it's not. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like kind of how 2008 happened.
Mm-hmm.
It started here, domino fell here, and it crashed the whole global economy. So that's kind of the same thing could possibly be looking
Oh,
at.
so you're thinking this what was it called? Ever what?
Evergrande.
Evergrande. So you think what's happening here is gonna affect us globally, financially?
Yeah, I think so. If they don't bail them out, but they've already said they're not. I think September 20th and 23rd is the day that they're supposed to pay their interest. The interest is due to pay, and then at the end of the year, their principal is due to pay. They're supposed to pay back their principal and shit. But I mean, they're claiming they don't even have that. They already said they're not paying back their interest. But basically, it's like a whole house of cards, and I'm not going to say it's just going to fall and everything like that, but it has a ripple effect.
It does have a ripple effect. You're right, and I'm just listening because I'm slowly starting to think more globally. So I'm just listening. Like when you sent me that, I'm like, okay, he sent me this for a reason. All right, let me go see what Evergrande is first. I had to understand what that was because I didn't know what that was.
Right.
And then I read, okay, something to do with China. All right, they're the second, when I read second largest real estate developer in the country or something like that. I'm like, okay, that tells me they're pretty big. So whatever they're not doing. And then I saw a couple of pictures of protesters and all this. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, well, because they're taking debt. They're taking debts of they're taking they're taking a debt of US dollars. So the debt that they're taking is nominated in US dollars. And it's a lose-lose for them because the yuan has been going down versus the dollar. So they're taking the dollars, using the yuan to do what they have to do. So they're losing purchasing power just in that right there. And then now they have to pay it. If you take it in US dollars, you have to pay it back in US dollars too. So we're in like kind of like a lose-lose situation. But it just comes down to, is the government going to do it? But the government isn't really incentivized to do it, because the government isn't incentivized to bail them out, because if they bail them out, everybody else is going to say, well, why can't you bail us out? Can't bail us out. Like,
well, when I hear you say bailout, that sounds like a capitalist economy. They're not capitalists, are they?
Right. And it's not, and it's not as simple as it is here either. People think, oh, the Federal Reserve can just print money and this, that, and the third. Well, yeah, they can do that here, but over there, they don't. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, a lot of people that are kind of more realists about it don't think that they're going to get bailed out. But a lot of like the economists, the stockbrokers, the people that want you in the housing market, all these type of people, they're going to say, oh, they'll get bailed out. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I bring that side up, because I'm not just going to say they're not going to bail them out, but I'm not very hopeful that they are either.
Well, here in the U.S., if you get out of the debt matrix, you can clearly see what a bailout is, right? Debt slaves pay for bailouts. They pay for the bailouts. The rich people don't pay for the bailouts. The debt slaves pay for bailouts. It's like when the housing market, like for example, let's go to housing market, right? People with subprime mortgages, FHA mortgages, right? Those mortgages are guaranteed by the government, who are us. So if the housing market crashes and the majority of the banks have their money tied up in subprime FHA mortgages, they're guaranteed to get their money regardless of the crash. And then they call it, the debt slaves will call that a bailout, which is not. That was planned from the beginning.
Oh, yeah, right.
So that's when I say, when I hear bailouts, the first thing I want to know is like, okay, when they say bailout, where's that bailout coming from? From who? The government? Oh, okay. People.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I say that's usually us going to pay for it in the long run anyway. Either our taxes are going to go up, or prices are going to inflate, or some kind of way. Either way, it's like,
oh yeah. That's it. When I hear, of course, taxes are going to go up for sure, because debt slaves, honestly, man, debt slaves pay for everything. When they say increase the taxes on the rich, where do you think they're going to just increase their product price? What are you talking about?
Exactly, yeah. And the richest of people don't even pay taxes anyways. Like, they have just real estate. If you have real estate and you're doing it right, you can offset a lot of your tax obligations legally.
Well, see, this is the problem. This is why debt slaves can't understand. Debt slaves they work for money, so that means they're using the time in their life to earn money. When you're wealthy, you don't. So taxes really don't matter when you're not taking the time hour for hour, dollar for dollar to earn the money. It's different. Who cares? Like if I don't have to physically earn money, and I'm gonna go ridiculous, and I made $2 million and I had to give $1 million of it in taxes, which I would figure out how not to. I'm just giving you an example. I wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to get out there and earn it. I was sleeping or doing whatever I needed to do to build to that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. When you get on the other side, you know, you get on the other side, the inflation helps you. When you get on the other side, the taxes help you.
Sure do. Right. I know. You can't say that out in public. They'll look at you like you crazy.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
What's your problem? Lesson's crazy, man. What the? Talking about taxes help you and this and that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you know, people can choose. You know, I mean, that's the beauty of having a.
So tell me something. Tell me what you think about UBI. Tell me what you think about that.
UBI.
Yeah. Tell me your thoughts on that.
I think it's inevitable.
I agree with that. I agree.
I think it's inevitable, and no, I don't agree with it. But you know, what are you gonna do? You know, it's not too many things going on right now that I do agree with. I do agree with. Honestly, this is just. It's par for the course, almost basically to where we're headed. I mean, who isn't getting universal basic income right now, anyways?
Right, exactly. I mean, That's what I say. It's happening now.
You know, I mean, I literally live next to people that have they get like Social Security checks and stuff, and their only excuse is that, you know, I have a bad temper. You know, personally, right. I mean, you should see this dude. He does push up. He's got a prison body. You know, his lower body's all skinny, but his upper body's got huge. He's got big old traps and shit. This dude's swole as hell. He's never worked a day in his fucking life because, you know, if he goes to work and somebody makes him mad, he might, you know, zap out and hurt somebody. So they just give him a check, and, you know, his rent's paid for, all his bills are paid for, he gets food stamps.
He's owned. Basically, he's owned.
Yeah.
With a nice body. He's owned with a nice body.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, then we got the child tax credit coming. You know, no offense to anybody. I know, you know, people could use little extra money in here and there.
Yeah. Right.
But, you know, that's kind of just where it leads to. And, you know, you have guys like that Andrew Yang, whatever his name is. He was trying to run for mayor of New York or something. And so he's big on the universal basic income, and he got a lot of traction too. You know, there's a lot of people that want that, you know.
Of course, because they think it's free money.
Yeah, they think that's the thing about it, LJ.
Oh, that's an easy sale. That's easy.
Yeah, they out here fist pumping for it, and they don't even know it's hurting your own. It's hurting you and everybody around you that's gonna accept it.
Well, they're gonna get dependent on it. Once they get dependent on it, it's done. It's done.
But yeah,
but like you said, it has to happen, because if robots take over the job, that would lead to mass unemployment. Yeah. And if robots take over, how are they going to stop? Because again, none of this could work without debt slaves. The economy could not exist without them, but they don't know that.
Right.
Because even though we have robots to produce, you still have to have somebody to buy, finance that shit.
Swear.
So what are they going to do? UBI, some kind of, I don't know what they're going to do, honestly.
Yeah, I think they'll do I think it'll start out like that at first, the child tax credit thing. I think it'll extend to like older people first, and they'll try to get older people out of the workforce and try to make them feel better about their 401ks being fucking next to nothing by the time they retire. Like
that's a good insight, man. I like that. That's a good insight. You're right. Get them out of there. Get the young people in.
Yeah. Well, you got to kind of meet them both ways, right? Like you can't just say, okay, well, you know, we're gonna have robots. We don't need you guys anymore. No, you just kind of incentivize them not to work. That's basically what they have to do.
Right.
You know, right. You have to incentivize people not to work. And you know, I mean, eventually, a lot of the jobs that robots can't do, they will be doing.
Yes.
That's why I implore people to get some skills, right? Like, I mean, I don't have the biggest repertoire of skills, but I'm pretty crafty with my hands. I fix all my own vehicles whenever they're messed up. I used to roof houses. I used to paint. Used to drywall. Used to work on foundations, lay cement. You know, so I mean, I'm not really worried about not about losing my job about over a damn robot. Like, come
You know
on,
what
man.
I would
That's
master?
an
I would
insult.
master building and fixing robots and
Yeah,
programming them. That's what I would
yep,
master.
that's smart. That's
Mhm.
like I think Fantastic had a stream about that Tesla robot. They said they're coming out with or whatever. Somebody could get a Tesla robot and then open up a Tesla shop, teach the robot how to fix the Tesla cars, and then pay people for
Ooh,
that. Like,
ooh. I didn't even
people,
think about that.
yeah,
God.
brothers got some ideas out here, man. They try to sell us
Mm.
short, but brothers got some ideas, yo.
Man, they make some robots that actually fix the cars. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, that's what they're saying the Tesla's going to be able to do. The Tesla robot, it could drive it, it could fix it, shit
They
like that.
probably got that right now. So say like somebody had a Tesla and their battery went out, right? Or something like that. I guarantee you they have a machine that they just roll the Tesla up and the machine changes the whole battery.
Yeah, they could. Pretty sure they're working on something like that. They're trying to make it somewhere to where they don't have to rely on humans
Correct.
to do it. I mean, that's kind of Elon's whole excuse, right? Like,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
excuse about the robot. This robot is to replace boring, repetitive tasks. So, I mean,
They all say
automatically,
that same thing.
yeah.
Repetitive.
I
They
mean,
always use the repetitive task thing.
right. I mean, as if we're the ones who built this economy, as if we're the ones who are making the jobs that are boring and repetitive. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, we're not doing it because we want to do it because we have to do it. It needs to be
Oh,
done.
that's funny. I didn't think about it that way. That's hilarious.
I mean,
Wow. Yeah, man. I think it's amazing though. I'm glad I have a seat in the arena to watch.
I swear, yeah. That's what I'm doing by my popcorn.
Yeah, just pop my popcorn. Okay, I'm gonna just watch what you billionaires doing because I have no idea and I probably will never know because you guys got billions and I don't. So I'll just watch.
Yeah, I forgot who said this. It was about ancient Rome though, and they were talking about the plebeians. The plebeians, which are pretty much the proletariat or the working class, whatever you want to call them, the sheep,
Mm-hmm.
the lemmings, whatever. They said if you give the plebs a circus and bread, they will never ask you about what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say that. That was pretty much that's pretty much what the theater and
Yes.
the Coliseum and the sports games and stuff. That's what they originally were
Well,
for.
look at how many streaming services are out now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm. Keep them entertained while the real shit goes on.
I mean that's pretty much the way I look at it. And like I said, it's like the dudes wearing dresses and stuff. I've seen a lot of everybody's been talking about it for the past couple of weeks. They've been talking about and
Talking about
like,
what? What they've been talking about?
Like Russell Westbrook, NBA player, he wore a dress for like GQ or something like that. But
Oh my goodness!
But like everybody's like, oh, it's such a distraction. This is a distraction. Yeah, distraction from what though? Like it does no good. It does no good to follow the distraction everywhere. It says it's a distraction.
Right.
Find out what they're distracting you from.
Because that I didn't even hear about it. Nor if I saw it, I still wouldn't follow it because I don't care if he's wearing a dress. So whatever.
All right, it's BS, man. But it's just like there's other things going on, and that are way more important than that.
You always try to get like E-Man says right here, Westbrook and Lil Nas, right? I don't follow that type of stuff, but it's so many people be talking about it. Somebody's gonna come and tell you or share it with you or something like that, right? It's hard. It's almost hard. I don't care what Lil Nas is doing. I don't care what his sexual preference is. Who cares?
Right.
It's crazy, man. What's up, Zeke?
Yeah, I think that UBI is inevitable, but
yeah, UBI, man. I just kind of curious to see. Like again, we need debt slaves because some people got to buy it and they have to have money to buy it. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna downplay the food stamps either because I get them Johns for the low. So
hell no,
hey,
I don't. That stuff is good, man. I mean, you don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, somebody got $500 worth. I'll throw them the 50, get the 100 for them. hey, do your thing, shorty.
Yeah, man. I remember when the actual food stamps were actual paper food stamps back in the day. That was crazy. So what's up, Zeke, man? What's going on, sir?
What's going on, LJ? What's going on, Lessons Burn? I just I won't be long, man, because last time, man, I didn't even mean to be on that whole show, man. I just enjoy your content, man, and I just enjoy just the vibe, man. The SMD vibe, man, it's marvelous, man. Everybody I meant that, man. I love y'all, man. This is a great space, man, because sometimes I be meditating, you know what I'm saying? And my mind, I'll be like, there's really no home, you know what I'm saying? And this is really that place, man. I just was looking at the geek surgeon, man. He dropped a bomb in LJ. And I I said something about it, but I guess he didn't get back at me. But that's the Anunnaki is the fallen angels, LJ. And so that's where you get like Greek mythology and even Egypt mythology is from the fallen ones. So I just after that little 10, I was like, dang, man, that's some smart people. And then Andre already, you already know Andre is like one of the brightest minds here. And I always got to get at him talking about how when he comes, there's another sun. You know what I'm saying? Because I see his light, and it's marvelous. But I won't take up too much of your time, LJ.
No, man, this is why I'm here. I don't want you to. I mean, when you come up at me, I don't ever want you to feel that you're taking up too much time. That's why I do this. It's not just for me.
Yeah,
it's for everybody too. Because, like, as well as I know, there's not many people we can talk to.
Yeah,
about this, right? Sure. Without being called crazy or not understanding. That's why the SMD's here. That's why it's a family. So no, man, don't ever feel like that.
Yeah, I want to share my thoughts on UBI. I feel there's no good end to this. I believe that this what we're going through is just the final stages of imperialism, and I just feel that all this game is gonna usher in the next order. I mean, one of the things that on the we talk about the dollar, right? And we talk about it's the $100 bill is 14 cents or whatever. But there's on the back of the US dollar, it's like or even on certain coins, it has that e pluribus. I can't say it right. I have to go get a nickel, but it's got the stamp where it says e pluribus something something something. I know the family knows what I'm talking about. But pretty much it means it translates to accept our world, the new world order, or whatever. And so I just feel that with them giving the American public an income that basically says accept our new world order, it just aligns with the direction everything is going. So I don't think there's a good ending to this story, to this game, which is why the last show I was asking you, like, we were talking about the Demolition Man thing, and that's like literally like what's going on. And it's like where do we fit? Us in the middle who, we're not in debt, and we're not Jeff Bezos, or we're not like and I won't speak for everybody, but the consensus is not everybody has the amount of wealth right now to be able to shield themselves from all the stuff that's being ushered in. It's just interesting to think, where do we fit, in the order?
Well, first with the thing on the dollar bill, the e pluribus, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that only applies to debt slaves. If you believe, if this says, basically it says, if you live by this dollar bill, you have to follow our rules. Okay, right. Cool. Well, whatever, right? But when you say world order, you can be on which side of the world order you want to be on, the debt-free side or the debt side or the non-debt free, the debt-free side, right?
Debtor or creditor or debtor.
Correct.
You have a choice. That's the thing about it. Like, Zeke, don't ever succumb to the notion that you don't have a choice.
Correct.
Right. I understand that, we can't run from this. I'm not saying,
right.
Hike out to the mountains, build your own society. No.
Right.
What I'm saying is get acquainted with the laws and stuff.
Correct.
Especially concerning universal basic income. Any provision, any benefit and privilege that you get from the corporation of the United States is taxable. right? They can't tax your rights. You know what I mean? They're not taxing your rights. They're going to tax your benefits and privileges. So, you know, another thing is there is no law saying that you have to use Federal Reserve notes. You don't have to use Federal Reserve notes. That's just the wavelength. That's just what collectively
It's a
they've
trade,
all chosen.
unit of trade,
You know what I mean? That's what they've all chosen to accept as legal tender. Right. So, I mean, we're going to have to use the dollar, but there's other forms, you know what I mean, growing right now as we speak. You know what I mean? There's other forms of that. And
I only meant from the context of we know where we are. Like I understand our side of it. I'm just saying, like, you look at the slaves and they're going over the cliff, but you know, we're all attached at the hip. So if they go over, you know, like LJ says, like this whole, not like LJ, but the economy we need slaves in order to remain free.
Correct.
But if they go over the cliff, you know, we're all attached to the hip. You know,
well, that's where they come in. They're going to prevent them from going over the cliff because they have to. They can't let them all go over the cliff because they will.
Right. I mean,
so
it's
you
like
can't,
it's
because
like
if they go over the cliff, we all lose.
Yeah. See, it's like the genocide type thing. People say, "Oh, they're trying to kill us with this, that, and the third." Well, no, not really. They're not going to kill us because we're employees. You know, every Social Security number is a bond that they can draw money from.
Right.
So, I mean, they would be shoot themselves in the foot by getting rid of a certain amount of us. You see what I'm saying?
And that's interesting because that actually is a thing. I found out a couple of years back that I don't know if we're in the NASDAQ. I don't know if our Social Security is tied to NASDAQ, but I found out that we are a public, your Social Security number is a public traded company or whatever.
Well, it's just a bond. That's all it is. It's a bond. It's a bond that says this person is worth this amount of money based on the amount of work he's going to do in his lifetime. So they borrow that amount of money and then just pay back that amount of money with the interest. That's why, you know, I mean, statistically, if it were to come down to it, every person would be in debt like $80,000, like because it's just because it's
per capita,
the total
right?
per capita. It's like the 28 trillion divided by 350 million or whatever. So, well, I mean, I'm not saying everybody's liable for that. I'm just saying if it, you know, if you were to see it broken down like that right in front of you, that's what it would say. But they're not going to do that.
Well, when you're born here, they give you the Social Security number. Says, okay, well, with this, I mean, it'd be nice if they told you this. With this number, you can either be an employee or a creator. It's totally up to you.
Exactly.
Okay, you can't participate without this number, but you do have a choice of which side you want to be on inside of this. You want to be part of the world order, or do you want to be an employee and in debt for the rest of your life? It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
You have a choice. Everybody has a choice. You can choose, and it's so crazy. Choose the trusted calculator or don't. That is it. That's the very basic of it all.
But it's like you just feel for him because it's like you see that it's like you look at him and it's like
I used to.
It's a choice.
I used to feel for him when I wanted them on my side. Once I realized, you know what I mean? I went for like half a year, a whole year of them choosing whether to be on the side that I see it as. If they don't see it, hey, I can't, you know what I mean? I was talking to my parents the other day. I told them everything is a transfer of energy. You know, energy isn't created or destroyed. It's merely transferred. So if you're giving your energy to someone who's not accepting it and not reciprocating it back to you and making you feel as okay, yeah, I did the right decision by letting this person know this, that, and the third. Not saying you can't let them know things to help them out here and there, but if you want to, you know, you're trying to pull them up onto your raft and they're, you know, what I mean, they're jumping out of your arms to go back under the water because it's whatever. Hey, I can't. You gonna pull me down?
One concept that I always think about, right? I just thinking about it like this. Okay, just because we know their situation doesn't mean that we're gonna not suffer along with them. So it's like I look at it and I understand.
Define suffer. I mean, define suffer.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I'm not. So define suffer. What do you mean by that?
Okay, by suffer, like, okay, let's say somebody who has nothing to lose, right, wants to come and do bodily harm to you because you have something to lose. I mean, even though you can defend yourself. I'm just saying, like, you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you wouldn't be able to defend yourself, but
Are you talking about physical harm from a debt slave?
Right.
Well, you got to remember, debt slaves don't have anything. So if you go out and you got money and you driving around in $300,000, $400,000 cars with chains on your neck, and you're inviting that because debt slaves are visual. They think the stuff that you have on, they think a Ferrari really costs that much. They really believe diamonds cost that much. They do believe that. And then they will hurt you for it. So that's like inviting it. Don't show debt slave stuff like that. Don't tell them how much money you have. Don't tell them how much you're worth. Like, if they could know, if it was public knowledge to see what the NFL owners are making, how much money they make, if that was public knowledge, people's minds would probably be blown, because if you might see them with a nice house and a nice car, but all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cross that. I wouldn't cross that.
I just think about, like, this weird, I'm just weird like that. I just think, like, what if they just lead a brigade and say, oh, we're just gonna go after everybody because we ain't got nothing
to do that. They're not smart enough to do that, bro. If they could lead a brigade, they would be leading a brigade to get some fucking money, and they ain't doing that.
Right.
They starve. You know what I mean? They're gonna let themselves starve. They're gonna come on, bro. They're gonna die. They're gonna die alone, just like they did when they was out there alone begging for money, or begging for a government to help them with something, or mad because the UBI check didn't cash this week. Like,
right.
Come on, my nigga.
Right.
I don't think about shit like that, because it's
the minority too.
It's an analysis paralysis thing.
Correct.
I think you can overthink something.
Yeah.
You can overthink it. Sometimes you can overthink it into happening type shit too. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And that's true.
Worry about that shit.
False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. It's not, because if the majority was like that, Zeke, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night because somebody be breaking your house every night.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm in some pretty, like, I put it to you like this: if I go on someone's streams, right, and I want to talk about a certain form of investment, sometimes the first thing people ask me is, how much money did you make off of it? Like, hold on, bro. Pause right there. Chill. You worry about the wrong shit, right? So it's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like this is only now is this started to be a thing where people are acting like they're openly okay to talk about how much money. I don't show anybody fucking bank statements. I don't know about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, it's almost everybody wants to know this, that, and the third, because there's a lot of fake shit out here too, right? There's people say, "Oh yeah, I made this amount of money, this, that, and the third." Like, yeah, you're probably lying too, but at the same time, I'm not going to ask for proof of it. Like,
right. And all you got to do is listen to them. All you got to do is listen to them talk about it. Let's just listen to them talk.
Yeah, they'll tell themselves about it. Give them about 30 minutes to an hour, and they say this, that, and the third. They'll tell themselves. I swear they will.
Yeah,
especially if you know where you're coming from. Because me, I know where I stand on.
You're right.
Because I know where I stand on stuff, right? Like, so, if I want to listen to somebody in a whole nother category of investing, but they don't know what's going on in a different category, then I'm gonna assume that you're not doing as good as what you could do. Because you know what I mean? I'm only in a certain sector. Like I said, I'm in the digital asset sector as of right now, but I want to branch out to real estate, all this other stuff. So I'm thinking about that stuff in my back of my mind. LJ, like, anybody tell you about the Evergrande stuff? I don't even own my house. I'm renting my house, but I keep up on stuff like that because I want to learn. I want to expand my horizons, and I understand everything is connected. The strength of the U.S. dollar, other currencies fluctuating towards the dollar, what the stock market's doing, what crude oil's doing, all that stuff, it all coincides. The interest rates, all that stuff, it pretty much coincides. So. Long story short, Zeke, they ain't smart enough to do that, bro.
You see what I'm saying? I just think, in the depths of my mind, I say, well, what if they just rise up and just say, well, we ain't got nothing. We want to hurt everybody who looks like they have. We just want to, Just to hell with everybody.
That's movies, man. You watch a lot of movies.
Or actually,
Or
that's like the social media thing. You know, that could happen. That could happen socially. You know what I mean? You could get ostracized socially, like, you know, the whole thing. You don't know if you saw the AOC at the Met Gala, a $35,000 Met Gala ticket, but she had a dress on, all white dress on the back that said "Tax the Rich." Like, AOC, you're rich. You know what I mean? But you know, if you could be ostracized socially in that way. That's the only thing I could see. To me, honestly, I don't give a fuck. So the social life of a debt slave don't matter to me.
Right.
Say whatever you want to me.
That's exactly
about me, not to me, but about me. They ain't gonna say nothing to you. They're gonna say it about you.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't care what debt slaves think. If you don't believe the calculator, why am I arguing with somebody that don't trust the calculator? That don't even make any sense. None. You believe you own the equity in a house that you didn't have the money to buy? I don't care what you think. It's bananas, man. Anyways, Zeke, you got to chill on the movies, man. You thinking all right. You watching a lot of movies.
I mean, I know it's not. I mean, let me not say I don't know, because I still entertain it. But you know, in just for shits and giggles, sometimes I say, well, what if in my thought clouds I'd be like, well, I mean, I could leave the country, but it's
why?
That would be in my plan.
I mean, why would you want to leave the country? I'm curious. Why? What's your purpose of leaving the country?
Because if they're in the scenario that I presented, if everybody if there's just all out mayhem, you had to go somewhere.
I'm gonna sit my ass right here. And look,
I'm thinking the same thing. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong with the provisions thing, because next year, when I plan on making a lot of things happen outside of what I'm doing now. That's what I'm planning on. I'm gonna get like 6 months worth of food. You know what I mean? The ammunition thing, all that stuff. That the generator. I want to get all that stuff. I do want to have it, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna harp and dwell on. I'm gonna have it. Just set it where it needs to be. To be there if I need it. So you're not wrong in that aspect, but I wouldn't overthink that shit, because, like I said, man, come on.
Because you think about the purge, and just all the
Yeah, well, that's why they watch them.
If you ever seen the
fantasize
purge
about shit like that. Oh man, I wish they would just stop all laws. I would go rob a bank. My nigga, no, you would. You wouldn't even be calculated enough to even understand how to fucking get in the breach. Like,
and the fact that you're even thinking about saying I'm gonna go rob a bank tells me
you're on the wrong foot. Right,
you're on the wrong foot right now. If you think you need to steal some money, okay.
Right.
Yeah, man. This is like stuff like that, Zeke. That's movies, okay? Because none of this would work without debt slaves. All capitalist economies need slaves. Period. Right. So, do I know how they're going to shift this? No, I don't know how they're going to shift this. But if robots take over and do a lot of the jobs, it's going. Do I see mass unemployment? Yeah, but mass unemployment hurts everybody, right? So,
hell, we in mass unemployment right now.
Right.
300. It's still about 350,000 new unemployment applications being put in every single day.
I'll say this. I agree with
done.
Do what?
I thought unemployment was done. Why are they still applying?
No, that extra unemployment.
Oh.
I mean, there's still regular unemployment.
Oh,
though.
Gotcha.
They're not getting that extra thing anymore, but doesn't mean people are still filing for unemployment. They'll take what they can get. They don't care how much it is, as long as they got a dollar sign in front of it.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, because it's like the unemployment has given people this extra sense of entitlement, to where it's like they don't even want to go out and get it anymore. And I think as far as the robots, I mean, I hate the idea of them, but I understand why why evolution is gonna is unstoppable. But
of course,
it's just interesting. Like I said, I entertain a lot of dark thoughts and stuff that may not happen, but I just have fun. I just poke fun at myself after I think about it.
Fun. You have fun thinking about dark thoughts.
Sometimes.
Okay, we're working on a different problem, Zeke. All right, this is a different problem. All right, because evolution, nobody stops evolution. Nobody. That's just when something new comes along is better. That's supposed to happen, right? But you just gotta, if you remain free, you won't have to really worry about, like you say, hey, we're stuck in the middle. Well, actually, you're not stuck in the middle. If you can see and you have no debt, that's not really the middle. You are further along than you think, right? You just gotta figure out a way to keep it. Like right now, what the real problem is with why there's so much unemployment, the debt slaves got a taste of what life is supposed to be like. That's true.
What life is actually like,
right. They don't know how to keep it. Right. They're experiencing freedom. Like they don't really have to worry about the day of the week. They can go out and eat, and they can go out and go to the beach, and they can drive somewhere. They can just wake up and go somewhere because they have no jobs. Right. And they're getting unemployment money to sustain them. But now they don't know how to keep it. Now they got to go back to the 40-hour work week. Maybe like the new economy, Saturday and Sunday are no longer options to be off. It's going to be 7 days a week working now.
Oh yeah,
7 days a week.
And that's why I said they're going to incentivize you not to work and say, you really want to work this hard? We'll just pay you this to sit at home and have a robot come do it. I don't know why you want to stay here. Yeah,
you're right. They're going to use that as a tool. And you want to really work that hard? No, you can just get this robot, and this robot to do. Hell, they already got people paying for listening devices in their house. The Amazon, whatever, and the
Alexa.
My friends got that in the house.
So much easier. It makes life so much easier. You don't want to do it.
Oh my God! I said to my friend, you think that device is only listening to your commands? Is that what you believe? You guys are talking every day in your house, and that thing is listening. That's bananas. I bet you know, when you first install it in your house, you know that big disclaimer that nobody reads and they just click accept. I bet you it's in there.
Yeah, motherfucker's 98 pages long for a reason. The jargon. I'll put it to y'all like this. Like, this is the way I look at it. And like I told you, LJ, that I'll be writing and shit. But this is like part of something I wrote. I don't know. My computer going hella slow to turn it on right now. But basically, it's like an analogy of a teeter-totter, right? So imagine a teeter-totter, and this might help you out too, Zeke. Because
I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, it goes up and down.
We're smaller. We're more smaller in numbers, but we're heavier. We hold more weight, right? So imagine a teeter-totter. In the middle, you have the zero, and then at one far end, you have someone who's completely debt-free, who makes all their money. They're creditors. You know what I mean? They're really successful and they own everything and they're not in debt at all. On the other hand, you have people that have the big mortgages, the fancy cars and stuff, whatever. They're highly in debt, basically. We'll say that. So like the closer you get to the 0 point, that's where, somebody that's not really, somebody that has just a student loan debt, doesn't have very much, then they're going to be closer to the middle. Just like someone who's trying to get to the end of the other side, of the completely debt-free side. People, the new SMD members and things like that, they're somewhere closer in the middle, but they're trying to get to that outside edge. But basically what I'm trying to say is the other side will never, it's always going to be in balance. Always. It will always be in balance.
They'll always be in the air. You talking about on the teeter-totter, on the seesaw type of thing, the people out of debt are high up and it's low on the other side? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's pretty much balanced because there's an equal amount of money. But none of the money is actually, the people on the other side are light. That's why it takes so many of them. And they'll say it only takes 5 people on the debt-free side to equal 100 people on the debtor side.
So you're just talking about a number graph, basically.
Right. But basically what I'm saying is like that if anything ever happened, it would be the creditors that would hold the structure. Right. So like if the teeter-totter went down because it was too heavy, then the people on the other side would just fly out completely off of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
This goes to show you how much they don't matter. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
No, that's a good analogy. I like that. Yeah.
Because I just try to help Zeke out. It's like it doesn't matter how many of them it is. If they're not grounded in nothing, they're not based on anything. They can't really assemble and come together for anything. Period.
They just don't. And the bigger thing, Zeke, no currency exists at all in any form for debt slaves. None. Now go out in public and try to say that. They would look at you like you are bananas. What do you mean nothing? You mean this money that I'm holding in my hand doesn't exist? Nope, it doesn't.
I swear I think about the red dollars, man, every time, man. I think that one post you had the red dollars, man. If
if they could print, if they printed those, everybody would know. They would know all the fakers, all the people pretending, because red dollars would be pouring out of their houses and cars and clothes and pockets if they were required by law. If you're in debt and you were required by law to carry negative dollars, everybody would see all the fakers. Everybody.
Think about somebody that's in debt that gets in trouble for counterfeiting. You made a fake version of something that's fake. What the fuck?
Oh my God, I look at it that way. You're right. Oh, ain't it funny when you see all this fancy shit they put on the dollar bill? Like, oh, we do this, we put this watermark in there, and it's all fucking fake. Who cares what you guys do? I don't care how fancy you make it. I'll never try to copy it because I don't need to.
Right. Yeah, as I said, knowledge. That's the base of everything for real. Is a knowledge.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, I see a lot of people, like I said, just they don't even try. Just happy the football game is on.
It got to be that way. The majority must be slaves. They must be for a capitalist economy to work. It has to be that way. None of this could work without people. So that's why with this mass unemployment, I see UBI being it's smooth how they did it, because I remember hearing about UBI a while ago, and I was like, how are they going to do that? Voila, here it is.
What if they, here's another thought, right? What if they have to, because, another big argument that's going on right now is the vaccines, right? What if they hypothetically put in there, in order to get the UBI, you have to get the shot?
With that, okay, and I don't really like talking about that. We could use other words because they like to do, for some reason, they don't want people talking about that for some reason, right? So
I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize. I'm just saying it's weird how they do that, how they're regulating that. And you can't say certain words, and I don't know why they do it.
Oh, the algorithm?
Yeah, I don't know why they put that in place, but I don't really talk about it like that. I mean, but it's plain and simple with this.
No.
Of course they're going to take it because they have to. They have no choice. Debt slaves have no choice. All got to do is just mandate it to get a job, and they will all take it because they have to. They're making it seem like it's your option and it's a choice, but it's really not. All they got to do is mandate it to get a job, and then all the debt slaves have to take it.
I think that's a little down the road, though, honestly, because like my job, most of the people didn't take it. Like they had a meeting and everything too. Everybody wanted to take it, could get it for free. And
it's down the road. I agree, it's down the road. Yeah.
Like less than 10% of the people got it, so most people don't want to get it. So, and we're having trouble keeping people in the door right now as it is. So I see that kind of hard for them to do.
Once the unemployment money runs out, and then they have to get a job, and then that changes to an employer's market, and then to slow it down, they're gonna start adding requirements. That's all they're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that too much either, but fact of the matter is, it's all connected, basically. I mean, that's always that's always going to be my stance. Damn near everything's going to be connected.
Everything's
right.
Connected.
So, I mean, it's I don't know. And like you said, you can tell because of how methodically they laid it out.
Correct.
They're rolling out methodically, and I used to get angry at it. I used to hate it. I used to be mad that nobody else saw it the way I saw it, but I stepped back, and then I finally found my lane. So now I just sit back and with my popcorn, right? I'm just sitting back and chilling.
Yeah, chill.
I respect it. And like I said, there's a certain amount of there's a certain amount of just do that. Honestly, it's a little flattering almost. It feels like I'm flattered because it's like, wow, you guys had to do all this for me to not find out, and I still found out.
Right.
I'm flattered.
I'm flattered. It's impressive. I mean, think about it, Lesson. I consider myself a smart dude, right?
Right.
College educated, computer engineer, all this, and once I got out and I could see, I was impressed. I was like, hey, it didn't have nothing to do with my education, my job, nothing. And I didn't see that. Hey, that deserves that. Our economy commands respect.
Right.
It does. It does. I don't have to like it the way they do it, but hey, man, commands it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me, fellas. I just I just wanted to stir up the pot and introduce just a theory. And so I'll go sit back down, man, and enjoy the rest of the show.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for jumping on, man. These lives are for you guys, for the SMD family, because again, we don't have many places that we can be open and talk about it, right?
Congregate, man.
That's why I had to create this space, man, because I got tired of not being able to talk to nobody. I was like, I know there's other people like me out there. I know it is. It has to be. The economy wouldn't exist if it was just me, right?
Right.
So I had to find
loopholes. There is loopholes and stuff that, you know, a lot of the richer people know too. Like that's what people don't realize. Like, you know, the people with the most money, you don't never see it. You never see them.
Never see it. You don't see it.
You don't see the bank owners. You don't see the record label
correct
execs and the people that sit on the boards of those places. No, you're gonna see the rappers and all that other dumb shit.
Because they know it's no purpose of showing that. Why would you show?
That's a liability to them.
You know? Exactly. That is a liability. You're right. That's a good way to put it. It's a liability. Physical one.
Right, exactly.
Y'all take it easy, fellas.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here too. Might go see what football games are on.
All right, man. Thanks for jumping on as always. I love our conversations, man. You should jump on more often, man. We have some good flowing conversations. I like that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, that's one of the problems that they some chick almost got ran over with a forklift at work wearing headphones. So now I can't wear headphones at work. So I mean, if it's in the evening, if it's past, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Central, then I can hop on. But
what time after you said?
3 or 4 o'clock in the evening.
What time zone you in?
Central.
Oh, you're in Central. Okay, I'm in East. Okay. All right, cool, man. Appreciate it.
But, yeah, it is what it is, bro. As always, like Atticus say, be kind, not nice.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All
right, man. Yeah, man, that was a good convo. Like that. Oh, okay. Oh, check your Okay, check my Instagram messages. All right, I will check that. Oh, let me look right now while we're online. Oh, and he got the sunglasses on too. Looking cool. Look at, man. Hey, man. Okay, he's gonna be the book reader and the fashion model to sport the shirt. I like it. I like it a lot. Look at Atticus, cool as he want to be. Look at him. That shirt looks good on you, man. I like it. I like it. Because I switched up the material first. Because first when I put it up for sale, I had a particular shirt material. I was like, nah, man, let me go a higher grade material, man. I can see the difference. I can see the difference. I like that material. And it's nice and big on the shirt. I like it. That's what I wanted to say. But for you guys don't know, he bought the shirt that says "I see debt people," man. So let me know. Okay? Tell me this, Atticus. Is it too big or is it just right? Or can it be smaller? Would you rather have it smaller? Because I want to make sure all the words could be seen. I look like I can see the whole shirt. I can see everything, but that's nice, man. Look good on you, man. I want to hear what. Hey, have you heard anything? Oh, okay, good. Very good quality. Okay, cool, cool. Now, when you wore it out today, or I don't know if these pictures from today or not, but would you? What was the response? Any response? The first SMD shirt in the UK. That's what I'm talking about, man. The first shirt. You see that, Andre? I'm going global. Okay. The first. Mark, everybody, that when SMD blows up, I want you to know who had the first shirt in the United Kingdom. All right, that's Atticus. Okay, and when you wear it, I hope you're gonna be looking as cool as Atticus. All right, he's modeling this shirt right now. I like it. I like it. If you guys ain't following, you got to want to see him on Instagram. His Instagram is Atticus Now. Atticus Now. So the spelling of Atticus that you see right now, on one word on lots of looks upstairs. Okay. Nobody talking to you yet. All right. I'm waiting. That's what I want to hear. I want to see that. SavingsMinusDebt. Only rappers so far I know are debt free are Young Dre from Los Angeles and Russ. The slave rappers, just like Russ, he tells slaves to stop being slave. Wow. Who is that? Are Young Dre from Los Angeles and Russ. Okay. I got to look those rappers up. I don't know who they are. So they must be, in order for them for you to know that sounds, they must be talking about debt free and stuff like that. Yes, they are. That's official. You know what? That's official. Atticus, you just made SMD officially international. We're officially international now. All right. SMD family members, we're across the water. We're on the other side of the world. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like saying that for some reason. Darren says, once you create the money public persona, you have to sustain it. You end up bleeding well. You sure do. Believe that. You create that persona. That is so true, Darren. Once you, and you guys don't really probably understand what Darren's saying, but the majority of people on YouTube, you guys are seeing a persona within that camera lens. Okay. Now that they created the persona of that they wear, drive fancy cars, wear high price clothes. Now they can't go back. Because imagine if you see somebody in a nice suit every single day, name brand suit and clothes, and then all of a sudden one day they stop wearing it. You're going to notice that. You're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. How come you're not wearing suits anymore? And then you're going to lose your audience because they're going to think, this is how debt slaves think. If you try to downgrade your life, though you built up the persona of having money, they're going to think you broke. They're going to think now something happened. Now when the whole time you were always in debt. It just now caught up with you. Young Dolph, 100% independent as well. Oh, wow. Okay. I like Young Dolph. I like his music, man. Even though I'm 51, man, I listen to certain rappers, especially when I work out. When I work out, I listen to hardcore rap. All right. That's just what I do. I listen to hardcore rap when I'm working out. I don't know why, it just is, right? But certain rappers with certain beats, okay, that's what and then they got to have a unique voice. So I think Young Dolph has a unique voice. So when you hear him, you pretty much know it's him. Shout out to HQ TV for the $2 super chat. Thank you, thank you. Uh-oh, that's the UK symbol. That's the UK symbol. Yeah, it's the independent rapper. That other real boss sure is. They don't really understand what that means. LJ, youthful B. That's what happens when you are free. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're saying. Youthful B. Useful B. I'm not sure what you're saying right there, Attic. I don't know if that's a typo but yeah, man, you can see what debt slaves don't realize. Debt causes stress, right? And when you have no debt, you have no stress. And this is my opinion. I believe stress ages a person. Now, people don't really understand debt. If debt slaves just think debt is part of life, they also believe stress is part of life, and they don't really understand how stress affects your body. They believe since stress is not a physical thing, which it is, because stress makes you feel a certain way. It will ruin your day. It will make you sleep all day. It will make you sick. It will make you not be able to eat. All that. All debt slaves know that. But since you can't physically touch stress, you can't hold stress in your hand. You can't say, hey, stress is a red square. Stress looks like a tree. It's not physical. People don't believe it does anything to you, even though it's physically affecting you. It's crazy how it works. And it's usually caused by debt. Once you remove debt from your life, stress is removed and your whole energy changes. Everything changes. People become attracted. When I go out in public, I swear to God, somebody's always talking to me, always talking to me. Now, when I go out and about, I do make sure I look like I'm approachable. I don't do this on purpose. It's just what I am, right? It's just how I am. It's just what I do. When people see me, they naturally start talking to me for some reason. It just is. I know what it is because it's my energy. I don't have any stress. If I'm in traffic, I don't care if you cut me off. Obviously, you got to get somewhere more important and faster than me. I'm going to give you the lane. There you go. Hey, man, you don't have to tear up your car or my car. Go right ahead. I don't care. I'm not going to prevent you from getting into traffic. We ain't going nowhere. If I'm at the store or something and somebody does something rude, hey, man, go right ahead. Something's important in your life that you want to do something. Hey, not with me. When I go out and about, and this is just the real, when I go out and about, people always look at me like I'm somebody. I don't know how to explain that, but I always get looks like, who is that? Now, don't get me wrong. Down here in South Carolina, people think I look like Darius Rucker. A lot of it could be like that because Darius Rucker is from South Carolina, Columbia, or something like that, right? So they always say I look like Darius Rucker. I've got numerous people telling me that. So that could be part of the reason. But I think that the majority of it is because I give off a good energy. I'm stress-free. Walking around with an invisible superpower. Invisible superpower. This is a financial superpower. It's just bananas, right? It's like, man, I feel like I have a Superman cape on. Would you say death slaves from a different species? You know what? This is what it really is, South. Once you understand what SMD, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, it's a different financial dimension. Like the movies try to do their best about what a different dimension looks like. They're just trying to physically show you the best way they can in movies, right? But when you understand this, it is a financial different dimension because you walk around, you hear debt slaves talking about their own shit that they got with loans and they think they own equity in houses. It's a different dimension. They don't know any of that stuff and the majority of them, they even put the equity in property that they don't own in their financial portfolios, and then they call it their net worth. Are you insane, debt slaves? You put the equity of something that you don't own into your financial portfolio and call it your net income. What calculator are you using? Calling assets, calling things they don't know that do not own assets. Are you insane, debt slaves? What's wrong with you? LJ got the 50 looking like 20. Right. I try to make sure I point this out to you, especially you younger people. 50 can look like whatever you want it to look like. Don't believe the TV. That's not true. Put it this way. How you guys been taught a 50-year-old looks like, if you believe that, that's going to be you at 50. If you believe you can't have a six-pack at age 50, that's because the TV convinced you. That's not true. I'm living proof. That's not true. If you believe once you're 50 as a man, you can't take your shirt off in public, that's not true too. Only if you believe it. You can have all that. All you got to do is treat your body right. That's it. You can have the lane, this lane, that lane, hell's the whole highway. Exactly. I don't even want to be here. If you guys, if I ever blow up and you guys catch me on the freeway in traffic, it's because I had to be there. That's it. Because I have an appointment or something like that. Other than that, oh, I know I'm somebody. I'm just messing. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying something. NYC slaves are rude, but I am even more rude to NYC slaves. And see, you know, people, hey, man, they're just mad. I don't really take somebody, hey, I just don't take it personally. It's like, hey, something's obviously wrong in your life. If you mad at a stranger, Something's wrong with you, not them. It's you. Audrey says, I get the same. They always think I'm the owner of the establishment. It's the energy. It's the energy that you give off without knowing that you give off from freedom, from having a superpower. Like when people, I know people they come to this channel and they hear me speak. They're like, hey man, who is this asshole? Who he think he is? Because I have a superpower and I know it. I don't care if you don't believe it. That's your problem. I'm the same. I don't drive in rushing because the traffic light every 100 yards apart. Oh yeah, I heard about the London traffic. And you know what's so funny? Now that I'm out of the debt matrix, London, UK, it's capitalist too. There is no different. They just got different cars there and they drive on the other side of the road. That's it. They're still debt slaves. The steering wheel's on the other side. Hey, listen, it doesn't matter which side the steering wheel is on the finance car. It doesn't matter. They're in the same traffic, driving on the other side of the road with the steering wheel on the right side instead of left side. They're still slaves, financing cars. And we got hardcore SMD family members. You guys, hey, I hope. See, there's other sows like that walking around listening to dead slaves talk. This is what's going on in their brain when you guys speak. Like NYC. Hey, Andre, when I'm out in public, I make sure mine's straight. I naturally do that. Because people don't understand. It really does. When you walk around with slump posture as a man too, it gives off hey man, my posture is always straight when I'm walking, back straight, shoulders back when I'm walking. LJ, the first month of quitting your job, most have felt something. LJ, that first month. Oh yeah, that was you figure the first month when I quit my job, it was like coming off of heroin. Withdrawals from the 40-hour work week, talking to people at work, driving to work, waking up, because you got to break all that. Waking up early in the morning, turning on the TV, letting the news play in the background while you're getting dressed. You got to hurry up and get out the door at a certain time because 5 minutes later, the traffic light is going to be longer and there's going to be more people. All that's all the program that you got to withdraw yourself off of. Rainy Woman says, I was going somewhere yesterday and it started raining. I turned around and came back home. I don't have to be driving in the rain. And I feel bad for those who feel like they have to for job. And you know what? I lived in Seattle. I was born in Seattle. It rained all the fucking time there. And when you combine rain, damn near cloudy skies every day, and you're in traffic, oh, that is the worst feeling in the world because when it rains, the traffic is already bad on a sunny day. When it rained, the traffic was worse. And you figure like you got to do that 5 days a week, coming and going. Oh, man. Woo, man. People don't know the level. Like, so when you get say like I have to be somewhere and I have to get in after work traffic. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm letting anybody cut in because people are on the edge already. They're just pissed off because they think they have to be in that shit every day and they don't. Because one time I was driving and it was after work traffic, of course. I got caught up in it. I heard a lot of honking behind me. But it was a few cars behind me, so I wasn't really paying attention to it, right? And like when I drive, when I stop, I don't really get up on a person's ass. Like, I just don't do that, especially when I'm driving. I don't drive along on somebody's ass. I don't, even when I stop at a stoplight, I just don't drive up on somebody's ass. Well, anyway, I stay about damn near a car length back. I had this guy drive up next to me. And my windows were up because it was hot, right? So he was signaling something. He was looking at me. So I figured, okay, maybe he wants to say, hey, nice truck or something or whatever, right? Because I get a lot of that, right? He says, oh, man, do you have an invisible car in front of you? I was like, what? I just rolled my window back up. It's like, man, you don't even know who's in the car and you talking shit. I was like, something's wrong with you. I just rolled the window back. I didn't say nothing to him. I just rolled the window back up and went on driving because I knew once we got through this light, I was never going to see him again. So it doesn't matter why would I talk to somebody I'm never going to, you think I'm going to lock myself into you and think about you? Think about it. Think about you after I go through this light. I'm not going to think about you after I go through this light. But if I got into an argument with him, I probably would have thought about him the whole drive home. And then you go home and talk to your significant. Guess what happened to me on the road? This guy, and continue to talk about the shit. I'm not doing any of that. None of that. That kind of stuff doesn't take up any space in my mind. I'm not allowing shit like that to happen. I don't do that. LJ, look at the functional patterns channel on YouTube. Okay, functional patterns. Okay, I will. Ooh, uh-oh. Actually, let me type this in now so I don't want to forget. And then we're going to wrap this up, man. I got to finish some stuff here. I got some stuff to do. We're getting close here. So, functional patterns. Oh, there we go. Functional patterns. Okay. So just in case, if you guys want to check it out too. Oh, wow. I like that already. Okay, let's see. I'm going to paste the link in here if you guys want to check it out, what Andre's talking about right here. So here's that. In SpongeBob, they said the exact same thing of everyday work. Those cartoons, man, when you get out of debt matrix and you go back and look at like the Simpsons and SpongeBob, hey, you see right where they get their content. They just take the stuff from debt slaves and put it in a cartoon. I remember the community post you put of Chucky sitting at the beach. Imagine a t-shirt with that picture and add debt-free life. These slaves are going to cry. Yeah, then the people, the maker of Chucky, will come after me, I'm sure. But that was awesome. I did like that one. And if you drive 60 and a 55, people look at you like your driver's right. You know what? Again, I don't pay attention to people that are mean on the roads around me. I just don't acknowledge. Like this is the one that gets me, okay? Say like you're getting ready to pull out and you're making a right turn on a 2-lane road, okay? You see somebody way down there. They're way down there. And this road right here is like 35. Somebody's way down there. I turn on the road and I start speeding up. The person behind you will speed all the way up and get on your ass and start flashing. It's like, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. You got up on my ass when you were way down there. So you decided to go above 35, go up to 50, 55 on the road so you can catch up with me and get on my ass. You know what I do if it was night, I just flip my mirror up or flip my mirrors down so they don't think their high beams affect me. I'm just like, soon as we get to a light and turn, I'm never going to see you again. So I'm not going to entertain you. Debt-free life t-shirt. Oh, just say debt-free life. Oh, yeah, I don't have debt-free life on there. That's a good I like that. I like that. Okay. I will. I get that made. I'll put that up there. We have some serious fanatical SMD fans. Yeah. Hey, man. Okay. Sal's? Okay, man. Don't let SMD think we're getting violent, okay? Just let them know that this is start turning slaves into a prejudice. We can't do that, man. It's not their fault. We were all slaves once too, okay? You're right. Everything's encoded. You have to be debt-free to see 2020. Yeah, that's a requirement. First, I have to get the thing made, and once I get it created, Theo, and then I'll reach out to you and say, hey, the shirt's up there. Okay, so I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I like that. Debt-free life. I like that. That'll make slaves ask questions. I like that. I like statements that'll make them ask questions. Even some video games illustrate slave mentality and behavior. The original odd. Yeah, it's all in games. I mean, think about it. It's like TV shows. They create TV shows after what they see in what's going on in the world, right? That's how they get ratings. So when you watch the show, you can immediately relate to it because it's going on in the current situation in the world. So of course you're going to be what, and then what they're going to do is go really, really dramatic with it. So you can really get your feelings involved. Make you totally forget that the people that you're watching on the TV screen, those are people living their dreams. The people that you are watching act out the things that are happening in the world as you are captivated. Those are people that pretty much probably ignored the world, went after their dreams, and now they're on a TV screen in front of you. Those are actors, people. Those are not real life people. Those are actors. They're running a script given to them by the owners of putting them on TV. That's all I see. Now, when I watch TV, that's all I see. I see people living their dreams. I'm watching people live their dreams. I put in no debt, no problem. No debt, no stress. I like no debt, no stress. Because debt slaves are not going to really get that. Oh, everybody has problems. How you gonna have no problems, you know? And then they say rich people this is all they do. Debt slaves always come up with an excuse. Oh, rich people have problems too. Oh God, debt slave. I don't feel like explaining this to you. Debt-free life. I like that. Let me take a screenshot of that just in case so I can. And don't worry, Andre, I ain't forgot about your shirt yet. I ain't forgot about your shirt. Just taking care of a couple things. We're going to have a special edition Andre International Minded shirt. We're just coming up with a few ideas. And then I'm going to find somebody overseas to design it, and then I'm going to put it on the shirt. $99 problems and debt. Oh, I like that. I like that. 99 problems and debt ain't. Well, we got to put and debt ain't one. 99 problems, debt ain't one. 99 problems and debt ain't one. 99 problems. What you think? And or just a comma? 99 problems, debt ain't one of them. 99 problems and debt ain't one. Take a screenshot of that one too. I like that. Debt slave, I ain't explaining this to you. And you know what? What keeps me humble is because I was a debt slave. These things that you guys hear me say on the channel, I wouldn't say that to debt slaves in public. Okay, because it's not their fault, it's the program, right? I'm not going to argue with a debt slave that doesn't trust the think about it. If you argue with a debt slave, that pretty much says you don't trust the calculator either. Why you arguing with a debt slave that don't trust the calculator? That wouldn't make any sense. None. If they believe they got a car that they financed for 84 months and they believe they got it on sale, why would you tell them otherwise? They obviously, like, if you just look at because to me, in my opinion, awareness is the ability to see and recognize the obvious, right? So if you have a friend that believe they financed the car for 84 months and believe they got it on sale, isn't it obvious that they're not aware? They're obviously a debt slave if they believe they got a car on sale. Why would you argue with somebody like that? And they already told you their mindset by financing a car for 84 months. They don't know that's wrong. They don't know that they finance taxes too. They don't know that. Yeah, 99 problems and debt ain't one. I like that. I like that. I like that. I really like that. Okay, I'm going to save that one too. If you having debt problems, I feel bad for you, son. I have 99 problems, but that ain't one. The Jay-Z voice. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I like those two things. I like that. I'm gonna put those up there. That is well done. Shorten it up. Because the less words, listen, the less words, the better. Okay. You guys will notice that there won't be a ton of words on S&D shirts, because if you put too many words up there, the debt slaves ain't gonna pay attention. That's just too much to be reading. Read something long that they don't even understand, they're not going to do that. They got to keep it short. Keep it short and to the point. But I like that. If you want to check out, Atticus and him styling the shirt on Instagram, it's Atticus Now on Instagram. Let me put this up there right now so you guys can kind of see it. Yeah, go check him out on his Instagram and take a look at the I don't know if let me make sure he did. Did you put that because he sent this to me. I don't know if he put it up on his page. Oh no, he hasn't put it up. Are you gonna put it up on your page, Atticus, so everybody else can see it, man? If you can, please do. No, he just sent the pictures to me. So I'll wait to see if he puts them up. Great, cool, that'd be nice. But it looks good in it, man. It looks good. I like it. Just the material I wanted to. I could see the shirt material too. It's nice. Yeah, that's much better. I like that. Nice and big too. Nice and big. I like that. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap this up, man. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening or afternoon. Excuse me, early afternoon. All right, until next time. You guys have a good one. Bye.